all have been ranked in the top 5 at least at some point this year. The opener against Appoquinimink, a 12-6 loss to the Jaguars, who were ranked 1 at the time. Then a loss 4-1 to DMA on the 16th. DMA been in the top 6 here in the state of Delaware. And then, of course, a loss to St. Mark's on the 18th, and they are your top-ranked team. So all 3 of the Conrad losses have been to pretty good programs, and now a chance here on statewide stream, if you will, to show everybody that maybe they're a top 10 ranked team here in the state.
Yeah, it should be a good one, and should be starting momentarily. We're about 7 minutes past the original start time, but we had a chance to get settled in here in the press box. Nice chilly afternoon, Nick. It feels more like early March or February out there than late April.
That's for sure. We said that, all of us, on our way in. It's been chilly these last few days. Yesterday was also deceivingly cold.
Yeah, I was at Abyssinia Stadium last night for Ursuline and Padua soccer, and I stayed outside the entire time, but I wore long pants, and it's got to be cold.
That's right. It's going to have to be real cold. Might be Arctic to get Mike wearing.
I spent the first half on the field, and then I went up to the press box, the main press box, for the halftime, and then I stood out in that little pavilion and took some more pictures from there. And I was blocked from the wind just a little bit up there, but it was on the nippy side. Hey, I know this guy, so we're ready to get started. Nick's going to be allow me to call my nephews at bat. So leading off for Salesianum is going to be number 6, Brian Lang. Brian's a senior. Sally Senior's heading right over to Abyssinia Stadium after the games. They have their senior sports recognition ceremony.
Yeah.
It's usually a banquet, but not tonight. That's ball 1 to Lang. He was at the game last night watching Ursuline and Padua soccer.
And Lang been good all season long at that leadoff spot for Salesianum, and you mentioned it, looking to get a win here today and then shipped on over to Abyssinia.
Yeah, it's that time of year. It starts getting busy with the senior days and the proms, and you got graduation stuff and spring musicals, all kinds of things going on. These guys aren't just athletes. Swing and a miss at the high fastball, 2-1. Pitcher for Conrad today is number 13, Tyler Reiner, right-hander out there. He's got the hair going. Looks good, man.
Looks like a pitcher.
2-1 pitch, high, ball 3 to Brian Lang. He's been on base in all 6 of the Sal's games this year. I lost track of his batting average, but it's
the on-base
still
streak.
pretty good. Yeah, he's got a streak going. He has a good eye. He takes a lot of walks, which a good leadoff man will. There's strike 2, and it's a full count. And right off the bat, the leadoff hitter seeing 5 pitches, letting his teammates get a look. Brody Valentine waits on deck. Here's the full count pitch. Fly ball into right field. It's like a can of corn, Nick, coming down. And dropped by the right fielder. Lang's going to get into second base on the 2-base error. So the on-base streak continues, but we can't give him a hit on that one, Nick.
That was Braden Scherer, the senior, out in right field. Just a tough. The wind is blowing out there, something to look out for, but he just unable to hold that one in. And you mentioned it, Lang going to wind up on second as leadoff hitter, and he does what he does best, and that's get on base for the Sal's.
All right, Nick, we're going to turn the play-by-play over to Nick Alessandrini, and I'll be back for Brian's next at-bat.
Yes, you will. That's right. You're not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere. Uh-oh. They got him picked off. If he hurries. They had him leaning there, Nick, and good play there by Reiner to get it over to second base.
Yeah, I was going to say slides in there safely, avoids the tag. And now you talked about Brody Valentine. Now the lefty steps into the batter's box, and runner on second, nobody down. And Valentine, the lefty, known to pitch here around Salesianum.
Yeah, he's really been there. He's offered that one. That's going to be strike 1.
Yeah, Reiner with a good pitch that time, and looks like he has some velocity on that fastball. He's shown us a few of those so far in this one, and we'll see if he can settle in. Again, Sally's one of the top programs here in the state of Delaware, and again, Conrad playing them here at Frawley, a big game for the Red Wolves.
Yeah, and Conrad's really had a quality program over the last half dozen years or so. There's the bunt, Nick. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be fielded, but you said it, Mike, nowhere to go that time.
He split the defenders. That was a great bunt by Valentine. The third baseman, number 18, Elijah Myers. Was that 18 over there? Yeah. Elijah Myers, the third baseman, made an excellent effort at it, but he wasn't going to get Valentine, I think, even if he had fielded it cleanly.
So that'll have runners on the corners now, nobody out. As that'll bring up the pitcher, Ryan Residlo, and he'll be on the mound in the bottom half, but a chance to do some damage, help himself out here in the top half of the first.
Yeah, Deuce, a junior, multi-sport athlete for the Sal's.
Yep.
Plays a lot of third base when he's not pitching, but they're going to need him to throw some effective innings today. Good pitch.
Yeah, good pitch by Reiner. They're going to take off to second. He might have got him.
Whew,
as
close.
he's able to get under the tag was Brody Valentine, but a nice job there by the catcher, I believe.
Number 4.
Number 4, Brett Walmsley, who almost had him gunned down at second. Again, risky throw, the runner on third. So now second and third after the stolen base for Valentine, and Residlo at the plate here, 1-1, and he'll step off.
You mentioned a doubleheader today, so it's going to be nice and frosty by the night game, but we saw 7 innings of this one to go. I brought my dinner. I don't know about anybody else. It's foul ball.
Good pitch on the inside part of the plate there, fouled off by Residlo.
John Dunyan waits on deck. You can hear, well, you may not hear it, but
Are we
Nick and
back
I
in
can hear.
action tonight with the jackhammer? Is that in
underneath there
play?
on 95, yeah.
Oh,
why
yeah,
not?
it could be 95, either one. Don't take 95 if you're listening on the road today. And here's the pitch.
Whew, nice pitch.
Nice pitch, and that's going to be strike 3 for Residlo. So a big strikeout that time for Tyler Reiner. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
Reiner showing some good curveball action in the first inning. So Sally's last week against Christian Colmeri had trouble with his curveball. That was a really, really good curveball, but Sal's had trouble with it for the first 4 innings of the game.
Yeah, Christian Colmeri, one of the best pitchers in the state, and he showed that at Frawley last week as that ball's fouled off back behind the plate for John Dunyan. And Dunyan, a great hitter for the Sal's as well. We've seen him do damage multiple times this season where I've had a chance to see him play. Also pretty good in the field as well for the Sal's.
Yeah, he's been outstanding.
So 2 runners on, both in scoring position, 1 down for John Dunyan.
Outfield straightaway not particularly deep. He takes strike 2.
Good pitch again. So 0-2 Reiner ahead of Dunyan here with 1 down. And again, this inning started with that air out in right field on the fly ball as Brian Lang was able to advance, and now he sits on third. Gave him the high cheddar that time.
Nick, you mentioned Christian Colmeri combined on a perfect game with Stephen Mann the other day for the Spartans.
Saw that.
Along with Riley Thomas softball. Perfect game on the same day.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about it on the podcast yesterday,
That's
but St.
correct.
Mark's softball and baseball doing their thing. And a nice pitch by Reiner down and away.
Outside corner.
And
He
he
wants
strikes out Dunyan. And
a catcher's interference. I'm not sure what the call is here. Okay, he did not hold on. It was foul tipped, I guess.
no, so the ball was tipped, and Dunyan staying alive here now. As Reiner, his last few pitches have been some good ones as he's looking to try to avoid any damage here in the top of the first.
He's keeping the ball away from the middle of the plate. Obviously, he threw the chin music, and then that one was a little bit low and outside and got done in the chase. Just got a piece of it.
1 down, 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Reiner. Down and away again with the off speed, and Dunyan able to foul that one off back and out of the ballpark.
And now it's over by Chickies and Pete's. Did not quite make it out.
And not open again.
Not open again. We're going to have to talk
One
to
day,
somebody here, yeah.
2 men on. It's Lang on third, Valentine on second, Dunyan at the plate. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be driven down the left field line, but foul.
Yeah, jam job, but Dunyan did a good job in fighting it off.
So still 1-2 the count for Dunyan and the Sal's. 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, it's cold, but it's a nice day. It's just cold. Just cold.
It's easy to say while we're up here.
The Red Wolf looks kind of warm out there.
Yeah, he said he might be, as this one's popped up straight back
We're gonna
behind
hear
us,
it.
and that one might be
Oh, it might have left.
out of the ballpark that time.
Might
So
have.
Dunyan, he's doing a good job, Mike, of staying alive. He's fouled off the last 2 or 3 pitches, and the count remains at 1-2.
Building up that pitch count for Reiner early on.
Again, that pitch count 105.
105. That's how fast Nick drove to get up here.
I couldn't. Could only go 1 mile an hour in traffic. There's the pitch from Reiner.
Brian's going to tag up on this one. I
Straight
don't
up
care
in
where
the
the ball
air.
is. He's going.
And the catch is made, and they're going to send Lang, and here the throw at the plate will
No
obviously
play.
not even no play at the plate. They'll try to cut it off, and that'll be the first run of the ball game. So Lang able to get on and score what he does best for the Sal's, and the Salesianum up 1-0 here in the top of the first.
Yeah, unfortunately for Conrad, an unearned run, but the Sal's will take it. Good job there. I mean, just because I know him a little bit, I knew he was going to run no matter where that ball landed.
It's got some speed on him.
He does have a little bit of speed.
So Valentine will remain at second base. And now 2 down for Zarnecki.
Good pitch. But, if Conrad can get out of this just allowing the 1 run, that's a pretty good job considering with second and third, nobody out.
Yeah, and Scher out in right field, obviously going to have to let that one go and focus on the rest of the game, make up for it at the plate. And just a tough play out there to get this game started out in right field with the wind. And a nice pitch by Reiner. And I believe, up ahead in the count now, 0-2. So going to have to protect the plate here is Zarnecki. And again, 1 runner still in scoring position for the Sal's, and that's Valentine at second.
Yeah, and they want to get him out. One of their better hitters, Conor Campbell, waits on deck.
That one in the dirt for ball 1, 1-1.
Good job by Walmsley. He didn't know where it was, but he kept it from getting to the backstop. Lots of room behind the plate here at Frawley. Anything that gets through is going to be an extra base.
As Zarnecki will step out again, Salesianum 4-2 on the season.
You can see the uniform of Reiner blown in the wind out there.
And a nice pitch by Reiner. He paints that outside corner for strike number 3. And that'll do it for the top half of the first inning. The Sal's, they leave 1 on, but they score 1 as well, as Lang able to get through on the sacrifice fly. So as we head to the bottom of the first, 1-0 Sally's over Conrad. And welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alisadrini joined by Mike Lang. We're in the press box at Frawley Stadium. Our first half of a doubleheader here on Delaware Live Sports, and it all gets started with Salesianum and Conrad. And Mike, Brian Lang able to get on the air in right field, and he scores to round out the top of the first, and the Sal's looking at a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom half.
Yeah, but if I'm Conrad, I'm okay with the 1 run considering the position they started in. Unfortunate error to open the game, but they recovered, and a great job by Reiner. Struck out 2 batters, including Zarnecki looking to end the first. So that's if I'm Coach Wilson, I'm okay with the 1-0 hole.
So it'll be Residlow on the mound as this one's hit by Perron straight up the middle for a single. So Tyler Perron going to get things started for the Red Wolves here in the bottom half of the first inning as he's on with a hit.
Residlow nearly had that one, but it scooted just to the left, his left. And the infielders, they weren't going to get that one. It was sharply hit.
So that'll bring up Jeremy Coleman. For Conrad.
Playing shortstop today. Good lead out there for Perron. Residlow steps off. It's a curveball. Uh-oh, that's a fair ball.
That is a fair ball. Going to try to make the play. It's tough, safe at
Nobody
first.
covering
And
third.
there you have it. Both runners are going to be safe, and now runners on the corners. So an interesting play there that time for Coleman. He'll have an infield single, and the runner advances. So it'll be runners on the corners, nobody out for Jack Zerba.
Well, the ball was foul, and then obviously it didn't hit anything. It was just the way it was spinning, rolled back fair. By the time Veneman got to it, there was no chance that he was going to get Coleman on that. Now Conrad in business, first and third. And nobody out. Sal's are going to be up at third base and double play depth in the middle.
And that's what we saw in the top half of the first. Sally's runners on the corners and nobody out. We'll see if Zerba and Conrad can do the damage, and they're going to send him and let him take that stolen base for second. But he's going to lay out and slide head first anyway.
Well, you got to, when you get home, you got to tell Mom he gave you 110%. So if Mom's not watching, she's not here or watching online, she doesn't know that he didn't have to slide.
That's right.
But he's covered in Frawley Stadium dirt now.
So that's two runners now in scoring position for the Red Wolves. Zerba at the plate, nobody down, and an 0-1 count after the first pitch from Residlow was in there for a strike.
And so now Conrad in the same position the Sals were in the top of the first. Sal's now up at first and third.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and gave him the high heat that time for strike number 2 on the swing and a miss by Zerba.
Not cheated with that swing, Jack Zerba. He was looking for 3 runs right there. This is a big poke to get one out of here.
Yeah, especially with the wind for that.
Yeah, I've yet to see one here this year.
I saw 4 triples the other night here. We mentioned that on the podcast. 4 triples, and they were big shots. They were all the way to the wall.
So Sally's 1-0 lead, the one in the top of the first, and we're here in the bottom of the first. Nobody down, 2 runners on for Jack Zerba. The pitch from Residlow.
Good curveball.
That was a good curveball. Started way inside, finishes inside the strike zone.
Yeah.
That ball is going to be inside, and I believe it hit him. So that got a piece of Zerba on his inside left elbow, and that's going to load the bases now for Conrad. And it looks like Braden Scherer, who had the error out. Oh, excuse me. So they're going to walk back. It did not hit him.
Oh, okay.
It looked as if, though, it did, and he started on his way to first, but they're going to call that back, and now Blue going to have a word with Zerba. And now the umpire is going to get together here and talk about this one.
Probably asked the player if he got hit, and the player said,
Yeah, maybe they did.
Coach Wilson
hey,
be like,
son,
you got hit. You got hit. It's not going to hurt your batting average. It's not on that bat.
Well, quick discussion between Blues and...
Wait, you know what? When I always want an honest answer, I ask the high school baseball player if he got hit, and then they're always very honest.
Hey, do you think that was a strike? No, sir.
No, sir. It was not a
that's
strike.
ball.
I
So,
think they should ask high school players if they like wearing the mask.
Oh, yeah, we know the answer there. Oh, just missed outside, Nick, full count.
I believe 2-2 on the after that pitch. Yes, you're right. So 3-2 now,
yeah.
as that was a scary 2-2 pitch for
Wow,
Zerba.
That's a tough one to take, but Zerba nailed it.
So here we go. 3-2 full count to Zerba. 2 men on in scoring position. Nobody down for Conrad. The pitch from Residlow. It's going to be hit up and in the air to second base.
It was not in the air.
Oh, I guess it was.
What happened
It was
there?
a ground ball. So that'll be fielded cleanly by Zarnecki
It was like
and
a
thrown to
Baltimore
first.
chop there, that one. I thought it was in the air, too. I figured he could go to second for the double play.
So that'll bring up the cleanup hitter number 6, Braden Scherer, who again was in right field. Had the error on the top of the first that led to the unearned run for Salesianum. So now he's up with 2 men in scoring position and a chance to make up for that play.
Yeah, I think the wind got to it out there in that opening play. And there's a pop-up. It's going to be over our heads.
Might hit on top of us as that was a good swing, and that'll be fouled
there
off.
It is. Nick's foul ball. I can see it under the stands right there. It's waiting for you, Nick.
It's rolling down the steps.
It's going to go down the steps. There it is. It's right here.
It's like my golf ball of three little bakers.
There it is. Looking at that lonely baseball.
It's rolling back to the tee.
And this one's smoked by Scherer into left center field, and that's going to get to the fence on a couple hops. He's going to have some extra bases if he's going to get on his horse. One run will come around. I believe they're going to hold him at third, and a stand-up triple for Braden Scherer, and he makes up for that error he had in the top half of the first.
Absolutely.
He was looking for an opportunity.
That's a tough play. Lang really trying to get to it.
I thought for a second he might have had a diving opportunity. We've seen Lang make a few of those plays.
When he did not get to it, there was a lot of empty space behind him.
Yeah, that's how it works here at Frawley Stadium. That one rolled all the way to the fence. So a stand-up triple for Scherer also scores 2 runs. So that gives Conrad the 2-1 lead, and now Scherer looking to score here at third.
Scored, 1 run.
Brett Walmsley.
There was only 1 runner on, right?
Yeah.
The other run scored in the ground out.
Excuse me.
I just want to make sure I get the score
Yeah,
right.
I was like 2-1 though, right?
It is 2-1,
2-1, that's what.
However,
So
Braden
Brett Walmsley.
Scherer said the check's in the mail. You're trying to give him an extra RBI. Nick, there's that foul ball just waiting for you right there in the walkway.
Yeah, I could see it. So that'll bring up the catcher, Brett Walmsley, the sophomore.
Nice curveball.
And so lean into that one, get under it. And now Lang going to have to run up from center, but it's going to be
That's a tough
nice play that time, I believe, was Dunyan at shortstop that made the run out there into shallow center field. He makes the catch.
I agree with you that with Dunyan running away, looked like he was struggling to find the ball.
Yeah.
But I think Lang was too far back to get to it. I think that ideally you want your center fielder to catch that ball, but I didn't think Brian had a shot. So John Dunyan was able to get to it. But that was a good play by Dunyan.
So that'll bring up number 12, Josh Edelson, the senior infielder.
Should be number 14. We'll have to take a look. We have a little lineup discrepancy. That is number 12. How about that?
So Josh Edelson, yeah,
I think they must have.
They like to switch it up on us every now and then.
Apparently,
keep us honest.
after they submitted a lineup.
So it will be Josh Edelson, the infielder, the senior, batting 6th here as he fouls that one back behind the plate. So 1-2 now. The count to Edelson.
Okay,
2-1 lead.
I had written down number 14, Reiner.
That's the number that appeared on the scoreboard first.
I had it written down before the game.
So they fooled us all up here, but now a chance for Edelson
Yeah, like that's real difficult.
to do something.
Almost
And a
hits him.
good eye there. Yeah, not phased at all by that inside pitch by Residlo.
No, he didn't move one inch.
2-2 now the count.
He figured I'll take it. I'll take it if I have to.
And this one, that curveball got away from him. Another pitch inside, and I believe a full count now.
Yep.
And that's what's on the scoreboard here at Frawley. So 3-2. And
South could use it out here, just like Conrad needed one in the top half. We have a fairly lengthy first inning.
yeah, that's true. As this one
And there
is
it
a
is.
good pitch by Residlo, swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3 for out number 3 in the bottom half of the first. Braden Scherer, though, does some damage. He has an RBI. 2-1 now. Conrad takes the lead after 1. We'll be back with top half of the second.
High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue. from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast.
And welcome back live inside Delaware Live Sports. Nick Allison Drudy, joined by my broadcast partner Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, our producer, and Nick Halliday on the camera. After one inning of play, both teams, they get on the score sheet 2-1. Conrad after one. And now we'll get started with Conor Campbell, the junior from Salesianum. I'm going to get things going here in the top of the second.
Yeah, I think he's one of their better hitters. Haven't seen the South play, and he had a big hit against the game-winning hit against Dapo. Campbell, there's a lot of good hitters on the Salesianum team. He's one of them. So, another guy with some speed. This is a team that can run a little bit.
I'll tell you, Sally's, Mike, they do have some hitters. We've seen that. When you got a guy like Conor Campbell batting, what in your order?
This is number 6. Yeah.
6. They've got some hitters up and down that lineup. And 2-1 now quickly to Conor Campbell. Again, Campbell out in right field today. We've seen him make some nice plays out there as well.
Yeah, and they have nice speed in the outfield with Campbell and Lang, and the left fielder switches. Today it's Ryan James. Sometimes it's Zach Zarnecki.
Zarnecki, yep.
They get to a lot of balls. And playing over at Sally's with no fence, you need guys who can run.
That's true. Campbell able to fight that one off. 2-2 still remains the count for Conor Campbell. And you talked about that fence coming up soon, right? They said.
Well, that's what they said. On who knows now. We had a premature fence talk. That's a little high.
Yeah, Reiner trying to get him to chase that one eye level. Conor Campbell with a good eye. And just like that, it's a full count, 3-2. Here's the 3-2 from Reiner. Swung on and fell off back and out of play.
I thought I had that one, but apparently not. Nick, the netting goes almost from the foul pole to foul pole. It extends to the end of the seating area. Which is pretty standard in baseball these days.
3-2, second time from Reiner. That's driven out to right field. And that's going to be right into the hands of Braden Scherer for an out. So well-hit ball, but great positioning out in right field by Scherer, and that's out number 1.
We should mention, Braden Scherer's in the sun field. He's looking into the sun. When you see the shadows going into right field, so good job there by Scherer on that line drive.
Able to make the play after that rough play in the top of the first, and that's exactly what you're looking for out of the Red Wolves. And now that'll bring up Ben Venema, who takes the first pitch from Reiner outside for strike number 1 on the outside corner.
Here's some construction in the building.
Whew. Reiner, that one way inside. Venema able to get out of the way. So 1-1. Yeah, like I said, it looks sunny. But it's deceivingly cold. That pitch from Reiner fouled off.
On the bright side, it's supposed to be around 80 on Tuesday. I don't know where we'll be, but it'll be a lot warmer than it is today. And it's warmer today than it was yesterday.
Yesterday really threw me out of whack. Yesterday was so cold. I left for work in the morning. It wasn't too bad. I left it in the evening. It was freezing. And then all pitch by Reiner got him to swing. Going to have to make the play as Walmsley, and he does on to first base to Spadea, and that's out number 2.
Nick, I got college friends all over the place, and they were all posting pictures on Facebook of their backyards and their commutes to work in Pittsburgh and Cincinnati and Minnesota, and there was a lot of snow yesterday.
Well, I don't miss the snow.
I don't miss the snow. That's why I don't live in Western New York anymore, one of the reasons. Or Pittsburgh or Cincinnati.
So that'll bring up Ryan James, I believe.
Should be number 8, right?
For Salesianum.
It is Ryan, yep.
Ryan James, 8 batting in the 8-hole?
Yep.
Number 8 batting 8. That's
looks like the catcher
Ryan
on deck.
James.
Luke
Swift will be on deck. You said it. So 2-1 the count, 2 down.
And Nick, I know you've been there. I've been to Pittsburgh. You've been to Pittsburgh. Beautiful city.
Oh yeah, I love Pittsburgh.
Outside, I was there in August, so it was kind of warm. It was not like super warm, but it was nice, and I was just so impressed with that city. It was awesome.
Been there in September and October as well. Yes, it's great. And if you ever have a chance to get out to Heinz Field, do so. PNC Park, all of them are just phenomenal.
Yeah, they're kind of like
places
Philadelphia.
to
They're right
visit.
there.
Mhm.
Now, the arena is not right there. The arena's downtown, in a different part of town. Than I've been by PPG Paints Arena, right by Duquesne University, down there in downtown Pittsburgh. The arena just kind of sneaks up on you from the one end. And if you go around the front of the arena, it's pretty big looking, but there's a ground ball to foul to third base.
So Mike Ryan James able to get on the walk. So now have a runner on with 2 down for the catcher who you just talked about. That's Swift.
Oh, yeah, he's here somewhere. There he is. He's setting up. You know, my brother's got to wear a hat because dude hasn't had hair in 15 years, but that's mostly by choice. Mostly.
You're seeing more and more of that now. You know?
Yeah. Well, I need a haircut, man. I'm like I'm about ready. Not when it's this cold. I think I'll wait for it to warm up just a few degrees.
Yeah. Once I saw
Yeah, the pitch from Reiner. Yeah, it's a good one. I believe foul tipped maybe.
It
Either
was
way,
held
it's in
on
there
to
for a
by
strike,
Walmsley,
yeah.
though, so it doesn't really matter. So it would have been strike 2.
So now 1-2, Reiner to head of Swift. Runner on first is James, and the pitch. Got him high and inside with the fastball for strike number 3, and that'll end the top half of the second. We'll stay right here as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. So Sally's unable to get one on the board there. They still trail 2-1, and Conrad looking to pick up where they left off here in the bottom half of the second. Again, Braden Scher had a triple to
Yeah, that was
score a run.
Pretty good poke. Nick, tomorrow night we mentioned we're right back here, right, on Friday night. Delaware Military Academy and Sussex Central should be going. Glenn Frazier going to be on the microphone. And Wednesday we have paddle softball, Red Lion, and then we have Archmere Lacrosse at Cesar Rodney next Friday, it looks like. So we're just keep your eyes open. That schedule changes. Not all the time, but it changes.
Yes, it does. That's for sure. A lot of things can happen. And you talked a little bit about Sally's trying to wrap up here, and then they're going to head over to Abyssinia
Oh, yeah.
for a
after
banquet.
tonight,
So,
yeah.
again, they're trying to get a win here, and you want to be in a good mood when you head over to that sports banquet.
Yeah, absolutely. Sal's back in action Saturday, and you think they'd like to stick around. They're playing William Penn. They could scout the Colonials, but 1 o'clock Saturday they will be at William Penn. And the Conrad after tonight's game. You think they'll stick around. They play Friends on Saturday, so it's a big
It's
opponent
perfect.
swap tonight. Friends on Saturday at Conrad Field at Ritchie Elementary, Saturday at 11 p.m. And so if you're not busy on Saturday, you go out and watch some baseball, either at William Penn or Conrad or St. Mark's or here at Frawley. There's games everywhere, and it should be a much nicer day temperature-wise. This is actually a pretty nice day. You know, it's got the Chamber of Commerce blue skies, but it's a little chilly.
So leading off the bottom of the second will be Ryan Miller, the second baseman for Conrad, number 14, and he'll take that first pitch for ball number 1.
I gotta fix my scorebook.
1-1 on that pitch from Brazillo on the outside corner for a strike. And Mike, we heard the jackhammer last week. Today we get the drill.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
believe.
sure what's going on over there. That fell back into the netting. And it counts 1 and 2. See if Brazillo can settle down. He gave up 3 hits in the first inning, including that. I think it was 3 hits, right? 2 singles and a triple. Yeah, so it was 3 hits in the first inning and 2 runs, and see if he can settle down a bit here. Seems to be going to that curveball quite a bit here
Down
against
inside,
Miller.
bounces to the backstop.
Keeping Teddy Godfrey busy over there on the third base side.
Very active.
Nick, your souvenir is still sitting there for whenever you want to go out and get
I'll
it.
grab it probably in between games, maybe 7th inning stretch. Now inside pitch is fouled off by Miller. So he'll stay alive, 2-2 to Ryan Miller. And again, Conrad, Mike, 4-3 on the year. And those 3 losses are to St. Mark's, DMA, and Appo.
That's a who's who. Well, Swift thought he had it. He was ready to throw the ball down to third base, but the ball goes to Miller on that one. That was close.
Yeah, just outside. That's going to make it a full count. 3-2 to Ryan Miller. The pitch from Residlo.
Got him.
And he got him for strike 3. Swing and a miss.
Inside corner, nice pitch.
And they'll throw it around the diamond.
Second strikeout today for Deuce Residlo.
So that'll bring up the pitcher, Tyler Reiner. Looking to help himself out a little bit here. And that first pitch outside in the dirt for a ball.
Michael Spadea waits on deck.
Here's the 1-0. Hit right back up the middle. Residlo can't grab it. It's going to be fielded quickly and thrown over to first, and he got him. How about that play? Zarnecki, used to seeing him out on the left. He's at second, and he's able to make the clean play there and get the quick throw off.
Yeah, I think the ball looked like it was hit a lot harder than it was. It took a while to get out to Zarnecki, but he did a great job firing him to first. And we mentioned Michael Spadea, the first baseman.
Yeah, we said he'd be on deck, and now he'll get his chance here at the bottom of the order for Conrad. 2 down for Michael Spadea, the first baseman.
There's that curveball. Hits it over this time.
In there for a strike, so down quickly 0-1. And if these teams are going to wait to watch their opponents tonight, make sure they brought a sweatshirt and some sweatpants. As that ball is leaned in and hit softly to shortstop, picked up by Dunyan to throw to first, and he got him cleanly. Salesianum gets him 1-2-3, I believe, there in the bottom half of the second. We're heading to the top of the third. We'll be right back here. 2-1, Conrad leads Salesianum.
Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job. Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Mike Lang, producer Jason Winchell, Nick Halliday on the camera. Sally's and Conrad, first half of a doubleheader here at Frawley Stadium. 2-1 after 2 innings of play. Reiner back out on the mound for Conrad here in the top of the third. And getting things started will be who else but the man, the myth, the legend, Brian Lang.
All right, Brian Lang takes the ball for the first pitch. Here's the second offering for Reiner, high and inside.
Ooh.
He does not flinch. Ball 2.
Tell you, those Sally's guys can take those inside pitches, huh?
Apparently. 2-0 pitch. He's got a strike a little bit up in the zone, but a good pitch by Reiner. I was going to say he could wait for his pitch. Apparently that was it, and he just missed it.
Yeah, Reiner's been successful with some of these pitches up in the zone.
And Lang steps out just to distract the pitcher. Reiner. He's pretty good at that. Here's the 2-1 pitch, fouled straight back. That makes it 2-2.
That's another good pitch from Reiner.
Lang reached on the fielding error in the first inning, came around, scored Salesianum's only run on the sacrifice fly. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounded to third base. To Hopper across the diamond, and they got him 5-3 on the scoring. And the Red Wolf, he's jumping for joy back there behind home plate. That was a good 2-hopper. He hit solidly right at the fielder, and no problems there. for the third baseman. Who was that down there?
Tyler Perron.
Tyler Perron.
I'll
Who'll
tell
be
you what,
leading off next inning. How about
we've
that?
seen some good fielding, nice plays here. Make the routines play look routine, that's for sure. As that pitch for Brody Valentine is foul down the left field line. Yeah, tough play there at third base. Made it look easy. Oh, 0-1 to Valentine. He tries to chase that one down low. So 0-2 quickly. Reiner ahead of Valentine. Fouled off.
Another one down low. Looks like Reiner has found a spot he likes to go to Valentine. Brody has shown that he will swing at that low pitch. He likes it down there.
And Valentine, again, we know him for his pitching, but also, again, a great hitter. Second in the lineup for the Salesianum team. Can do both. And a similar spot there for Reiner as another pitch fouled off. So 3 straight foul balls for Valentine. Still looking at a 0-2 count.
There's the jackhammer. Not quite as loud as that last Thursday.
It was not. That's true.
They must be further down the first base line. Whew, just missed.
Bit outside.
Walmsley was ready to throw that one around.
So that'll make it 1-2 now. One down here in the top of the third. Brody Valentine at the plate for the Sows. And here's the pitch from Reiner.
Got him.
Got him. Another beautiful pitch. Swing and a miss from Valentine. They'll throw it around. 2 down now here in the top half of the third. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Ryan Residlow.
Yeah, 5 strikeouts now for Tyler Reiner. He settled down after really just the first 2 batters.
Yeah. We've seen that, I believe, in some of the games we've seen. It takes an inning or two for these pitchers to settle in, especially when you got this type of wind and weather here and at Frawley Stadium,
yeah,
for one.
We know a lot of these guys have played here, but even when you come in and it's, it's different. There aren't as many people watching as normally would be here, and you mentioned it's cold, but you're still, you're at the premier place to play baseball in Delaware. So I know the kids get excited. They still get, I know some of the Sally's kids, they've played here many times, and they're still excited to come down here and play.
Good eye that time from Residlow. Didn't chase on that pitch down and away from Reiner. So 2-1 the count to number 2. Again, you said, everybody wants to play here at Frawley, every team. And here's the pitch. Swung on inside and fouled off.
It's going to stay in the park. May have bounced out.
Down that.
And I know, it's not to blow our own horn, but these kids know the game's being streamed and they want to do well.
Oh, yeah.
They know their friends are watching from other schools.
Goes down and gets that one. Softly hit, going to be
great
fielded
play
by Perron, who comes up throwing and gets out number 3 here in the top half of the third. We'll stay right here as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. And Tyler Perron with 2 great plays at third base for Conrad there, Mike. And, again, no damage done as Conrad looked to get back out there.
Coleman, the shortstop, Jeremy Coleman was never going to make that play. No fault of his own. It was just hit way too softly. Another high chop, and so it was Perron or nothing. And Perron came across. Tyler Perron came across and made a great play.
Tyler Perron, also a member of the Conrad Red Wolves basketball team. We had a chance to do one of their games this year. I believe it was Conrad St. E's and a good
Nick's
one.
Probably going to need. Is that? Oh, I was like, he can use my laptop, but that's his laptop. Hey, we have the same book bag. I was like, I have to give my password. Hang on.
And for those at home, Nick is in the room to our right.
I left the tag on mine just so we knew the difference.
With the camera.
Yeah, but I still have the tag on there. Like I just bought a hat.
Yeah, so again.
Because I'm always willing to pitch in for the team here. Alrighty, so we go to the bottom of the third. We've picked up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, long first inning. Rocking and rolling here. That temperature continues to dive here at Frawley Stadium. Nick on the camera with the giant window open in the room to our right, trying to stay warm over there. And come the second half of this doubleheader, it might get a little bit more chilly.
Yeah, there's a couple of high-scoring teams here. Conrad scoring 8 runs a game. Nick Sally's just over 7 runs a game. But so far through 2.5, it's really been more of a pitcher's duel. but it's early.
It is early. As we saw Sally's play St. Mark's last week, they waited until about the 5th or 6th to open up things. Hitting the baseball could come at any time. That pitch swung and missed by the guy we were talking about a little bit earlier, and that's Tyler Perron, who now, after making 2 great plays in the field, will step in the batter's box for the Red Wolves.
Perron led off the bottom of the first with a single, and he scored the first run for Conrad. So he's having himself a pretty good day so far.
1-1 the count to Perron. Here's the pitch from Residlo. Hit down, and that's going to be in there for a single to right field in between the first and second baseman. So Perron, a couple nice plays in the field, takes that momentum right into the batter's box, and he's got himself a single here to start the bottom of the 3rd inning.
I believe Perron also a basketball player for Conrad.
Yep.
He's a junior, so he'll be back next year, but I know I saw him this year, and I remember when we did the Conrad game at Newark Charter, I remember he played in that game as well as a sophomore.
Delaware Live Sports veteran.
We're everywhere. Yeah, he's been on many times.
So here's Coleman, the shortstop, as he'll take a big swing there for a miss and strike number 1.
Yeah, infield's up at third base, anticipating the bunt. It is 0-1. See if they keep it on. Good lead out there for Perron. You see Deuce looking over.
Mm-hmm. He'll check the runner here with the 0-1 count.
Looks runnerish.
And that's going to be check swung, but hit right to Residlo, so it'll work as a bunter, and maybe as was intended. And that will get the runner over to second base now with 1 out. So the job from Coleman is done. He showed a little emotion as he walked around the first back to the dugout. I don't know if he intended to do that or not. Either way, it worked.
It did work
for Conrad. But
I'm going to have to tell Mr. Coleman that I'm not giving him a sacrifice on that play. So that's going to count as an at-bat.
So that'll bring up Jack Zerba.
I think he'll get over it, but
So here's the left fielder, and there's that curveball to start the at-bat from Residlo, and we've seen that a few times, and he loves to throw that curveball inside to try to get that inside corner.
Coleman 0 for 1, but he has a run batted in today on the ground out to second base.
And he's got a chance to earn himself another ribby with a runner on second. He's going to take off for third. The throw from Swift is on time, but unable to corral it was Venema. As you saw Perron get a nice jump on it.
Yeah, throws up in the air. That ball was there in time, but they gave a stolen base to Tyler Perron.
Yeah, good jump by Perron. Better throw by Swift. Better throw and acknowledgement of what was going on there. Made the nice throw. Venema unable to handle it, so that'll leave Perron on third now with 1 down.
Sal's infielders are up, even here in the 3rd inning, just down 1 run.
Yeah.
So you know that they know runs are going to be at a premium today, and they don't want to fall any deeper into a hole. Outfield is about regular depth.
And Zerba now with a chance to knock in a run. Here's the pitch. Swung and got him for strike number 2. Good pitch by Residlo. That evens things up at 2-2. And now some big pitches upcoming for Residlo now with only 1 down. A strikeout would be big here for the South.
Yeah, they could use one here with 1 out.
So here's Zerba, the 2-2.
He got him.
And got him. What a pitch by Residlo as he got him swinging a few times at that at-bat. Zerba unable to make contact. And a big strikeout for Residlo and Salesianum. So now Perron stuck on third, 2 down.
Well, they got Scherer hit the triple to center field last time. Well, what the second out does, allows you to move your infielders back and not have to react quite as fast on a ground ball. And it also takes a sacrifice fly out of play.
So Braden Scherer with a triple in his first at-bat and RBI, and a chance to add another one here with 2 down in the 3rd. Takes that inside pitch for a ball.
Nick, looks like the traffic's moving a little better on 95 for you now.
It is. It's actually flowing nicely up there now. They must that's because the game started and everybody was trying to get here.
Obviously.
So 1-0 now to Scherer. That one in the dirt. Going to get to the backstop, and that's going to score a run on the wild pitch from Residlo. So Perron walks himself home, and that extends this lead for Conrad 3-1 over Sally's.
And Luke Swift's really good back there, just unable to get a hold of that one.
So now Scherer, upset with the fact that he can't get an RBI, but happy with the fact that the Conrad Red Rolls were able to score a run. So
I think he's going to tell his teammate to go back to third. Let me drive you in like a man.
The 2-0 count, he got Perron in the back there. And again, Residlo been trying to paint that inside corner and been close a few times, but that time he makes contact with Cher, so he'll take his base at first, and that should bring up Brett Walmsley, the catcher.
Curveball, so not too much steam on that. But
Be
still,
a cold day to get hit with a fastball today.
You don't want to be
Mike?
getting in with fastballs today, that's for sure. They're going to leave a mark. Now they have to deal with Walmsley. He flew out. Popped up. Nice play by John Dunyan, the shortstop, in the first inning.
Yeah, well, shallow center field, able to track it down. Good communication out there between him and Lang on that play as well.
I think communication was, dude, I got no shot to get there, so it's all yours. I didn't think Dunyan was going to give that up anyway.
And the 0-1, that a good pitch by Rosillo, I believe, but unable to corral it behind the plate was Swift. Again, Rosillo trying to settle down here now after giving up that run. And now the count 1-1 to Walmsley.
Good pitch on the curveball. Just looking at the Sal's roster, 1, 2, 3, looks like 8 seniors, and the rest juniors on the roster. And
some veteran leadership over there at Salesianum.
a little bit younger on the Conrad side, but not much.
That one in the dirt as well. Swift does a good job of stopping that one from rolling back to the backstop.
Yeah, that time he was able to get the body. The first one hit his shin guard and just took off.
So Perron able to steal third and then home on the pass ball. So he advanced 2 spots to get the run for Conrad. So 2-2 now the count. The pitch, he's going to chase that one down and away and foul it off. Staying alive.
Don't know if that's a hit and run. I think more like you said, it was a 2-strike swing by Brett Walmsley. One of the sophomores on the Conrad rosters. Only 3 sophomores, 1 freshman, and 1 8th grader.
How about that? The 8th grader, the rare 8th grader, that one. There's that curveball inside from Rosillo.
No, he's just adjusting his gloves.
No, but it's been close a few times. That is a good location point if you're Rosillo, as long as you're able to get it in the glove of the catcher.
Yeah, and if we've seen 8th graders in other sports, very, very rare in baseball.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. And the pitch swung on and hit softly to second base, going to be fielded by Zarnecki. He makes the throw to first, and that will do it for the bottom half of the third. Tyler Perron able to get on, steal a few bases, and score. 3-1. Conrad extends their lead over Salesianum.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy. Come on in. Premier is a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations near you in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Every patient receives personal attention with an individualized model of clinical excellence and care. Our goal is to get you back to your favorite activities. From injuries due to work and automobile accidents to post-surgical care to sports injuries and more, Premier offers direct access to our physical therapists, allowing you to schedule your appointment quickly and easily, even without a prescription. Find our convenient locations at www.premierptsp.com. Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. You may have tried physical therapy, but have you tried Premier? Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy. Come on in. Premier is a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations near you in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Every patient receives personal attention with an individualized model of clinical excellence and care. Our goal is to get you back to your favorite activities. From injuries due to work and automobile accidents to post-surgical care to sports injuries and more.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. Tyler Perron singles in the bottom of the third. He winds up getting across home plate. That was a run for Conrad. 3-1, they lead over Salesianum. As we head to the top of the 4th inning, Nick Alessandrini, my broadcast partner Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, our producer Nick Halliday on the camera. Pop's sitting up behind us, catching a good view of the game.
Snow miser is here.
It is, I'll tell you, been a little bit chilly out here at Frawley. And again, if you're Sally's and Conrad, you're probably fortunate enough to be playing first pitch here at 3:30 and not 6:30
Yeah.
here tonight. Going to be a cold one for William Penn and Friends, but that should be a fantastic
Should be a
matchup
good game,
to follow.
though. Yeah, I think it'll be a good one. Friends, there's a ground ball by Dunyan to the shortstop, and did he come off the bag? No. Nice play there by Jeremy Coleman. So it should be a good one. I saw Friends the other day. I think they've lost 2 in a row or 3 in a
it's
row.
been a tough
so
stretch for them.
They're going to be wanting to change things around. And I've seen William Penn once. Don't know too much about the Colonials, but they're usually a pretty decent team.
Yeah. So Zarnecki now will step up after the ground out to Coleman. And Zarnecki is nice pitch by Reiner just inside. So that'll be 2-0 to start for Zarnecki. But Mike, you know Zarnecki well, can hit the ball, can play the field, and now looking to get on here for the Sal's in the 4th.
Well, they have not had a hit since the only hit, Brody Valentine, singled in the first inning. A couple guys on, we had a walk. Actually, he's been the only base runner since Valentine single.
Yeah, well, there it is, a 4-pitch walk.
And there it is, a nice
On
jinx by
cue
me, right?
by
Yeah.
Mike, right, to get Zarnecki on. So Reiner unable to hit the strike zone at that at-bat.
Checks in the mail, Teddy.
So that'll bring up number 14, Conor Campbell, the right fielder. And so a runner on, one down after the Coleman ground out.
Not much of a lead out there for Zarnecki, but I think the Sal's are going to have to try to make some things happen on the base paths.
That's a good pitch by Reiner to get the at-bat started against Campbell in the inside corner for strike number 1.
Whether that's the sacrifice you just necessarily don't want to do with 1 out. When you're trying to hit and run or stolen base here, Zarnecki's not really the base stealer. But they just have not had many runners today.
Yeah, just like you mentioned earlier, just 1 hit for the Sal's, and it came back in the first, as you talked about with Brody Valentine. 3 hits for Conrad. I believe the only extra base hit as well to the Red Wolves.
See Campbell checking the sleeve.
So top of the 4th inning, 3-1 lead for Conrad. That one swung on, driven into left field.
It's in the picnic area.
I believe that's going to be out of play. A good hustle out there by Zerba, who came flying over, but no chance to make that one.
It's having a picnic.
That's where you have been sitting last week, right,
That's
Mike?
where I was there on Tuesday night. It was great. I was the only one out there. It was awesome. Picked up a foul ball off the bat of Jaden Dickerson. Returned, by the way, to the coaches. I was actually returned it to the Hodgson coach, and he asked me if I wanted to keep it.
Campbell, the flies. This one now out to right field. It's going to be off the net.
I let the coach know I was good. I didn't need any more baseballs. We're all set.
So 0-2 the count, still to Campbell after those 2 pitches fouled off. Again, it'll be Zarnecki on first base, 1 down, and the tying runner at the plate, which is Conor Campbell. Here's the 0-2. Fires back to first, and that's going to be past him. A bad throw
He
by
might get 2
Reiner.
bases on that.
And he may be on his way to third. Actually, he'll stay at second, is able to run and hustle it down with Spadea. So Reiner was ahead 0-2 in the count. Wanted to keep that runner on first, and that one just got away from him.
Yeah, those things happen. You just got to settle down. Don't let it sit in your mind, and just realize you got a no-2 count on the batter, and you're in control here.
Just like Braden Scher after that drop in right field, he got up his next at bat and smoked a triple.
Coach Wilson out there. Oh, no, this is the first base coach for Sally's.
So the count remains 0-2 as the stolen base, though, goes to Zarnecki. He'll take second. Or not the stolen, excuse me, on the pass ball to first. So now runner in scoring position, 1 out for Campbell. The 0-2. Swung on, and that's going to be right to shortstop. Coleman makes the play, going to have to throw it hard to first and unable to corral it to Spadea, and that's going to lead to a run as Zarnecki comes all the way home. As you saw Coleman running to second to try to get the pickoff for Zarnecki, and as he was doing that, kind of a hit and run as that ball went right to Coleman of where he should have been at the start.
Yeah, we'll see how they score it. Nothing on the board. It looks like an error for – no, they already had the first error. Sounds like they're going to score a single for Conor Campbell.
So give him the RBI. Big at-bat there as Conor Campbell was down 0-2 for a while, fouled off a few pitches, and then able to get the RBI after trailing behind in the count.
Yeah, he definitely would have beat that throw.
3-2 is the count. Now, both Salesianum coaches are talking to the home plate umpire. Not sure.
They want to see if he gets an extra base.
Did the ball go out of play? That would be the question. If it went into the dugout down there, it should be a dead ball. But if the dugout's got a screen in front of it, right? So it really can't get into the dugout unless it hit the steps.
Yeah, and again, a couple.
Usually the umpires are right on top. If they throw the hands up, it's dead ball. You move up to second.
Yeah, they're going to
So
talk
the batter
about
is
it
going to
here.
be Ben Venom, by the way, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. So he has a chance to
So again,
do some damage here. He's going to talk to Coach Godfrey here.
A few missed throws for Conrad here on the defensive side has led to that run again. Reiner overthrew the pickoff at first base. It led Zarnecki to get to second, and then the hard-hit ball by Campbell was thrown away by Coleman at shortstop, and that led to the run. So just like that, 3-2, and chance for Sally's to keep this inning going here with one out.
And now Conor Campbell is a threat to steal on first base. And there's a line shot. Nice catch by the second baseman.
And that's Ryan Miller with a nice catch at second. But first pitch, good contact for Venema. And at the right place at the right time was Ryan Miller. He makes the leaping catch, and now 2 down here in the top half of the fourth.
Good job by Miller. I think that would have been some trouble. It would have been very shallow right field. Probably would have ended up first and third. Although, good job by Campbell to recognize that it may be caught and get back to first.
That's true.
Instead of leaving himself hung out to dry on the double play. And there goes Campbell.
He's going to try, and that's going to be
No
no throw. As you see Walmsley kind of check with Blue. He said, Ryan James kind of got in my way a little bit there.
He wasn't going to throw a Conor Campbell on that play.
And that's, if you're a batter, you can stand in the batter's box. But so that'll be a stolen base for Campbell, as Mike alluded to. Good job there picking up. Well, you're right on cue today. Speed, steal, hits.
I think the cold weather really fine-tunes my brain.
So now that runner moves into scoring position, as stepping off is Reiner. So again, Campbell on second. Like you say, he's got some speed. And now, what a play by Reiner. And
Safe. He got the right hand in there.
Under the tag.
I think that was the right call.
Was Conor Campbell. Mike, what'd you see there?
I saw Conor Campbell get his right hand in before the tag.
A heads-up play.
He should have been out, but he just missed the tag on. He didn't miss the tag. Campbell did a great job getting that right hand in. I think that was the correct call.
And now you see Coach Kelly Wilson going to have a jog out to talk to Blue here. But
good job by Reiner, by the way, to recognize nobody covering third because the
recognition.
fielders were on their way in.
Exactly right. He waited just a little bit to let it die down, and then he just turned right around and made a perfect throw. And you see the umpire telling Coach Kelly Wilson, the ball beat him there, but he might have been under the tag. And
I think he got him around the tag.
If you're watching at home, you can rewind it and check out that instant replay.
Yeah, we can't really do that here.
We don't have that luxury here today at Frawley Stadium, but you guys have it at home. And
we may have the luxury here, but it's going to be on my phone.
That's true. Either way, we are advancing here, 2 down. A strike to Ryan James, and the runner still on second in scoring position. 3-2 lead for Conrad. And that ball just missing. 1-1 now the count. That ball's hit hard right into the hands of Perron, but his throw to first is low, and it's going to take a hop all the way to the fence. And that's going to bring home another run. Conor Campbell will score, and on another missed throw by Conrad, another run comes home, and just like that, we are tied 3-3. The infield struggling for the Red Wolves.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You hate to see it happen, but okay. We hate to see that happen, but it was just they're struggling with the throws in this inning, and it's cost them. Now we're tied 3-3 and a couple of unearned runs.
A couple of errors for the Conrad defense.
Pitch.
And Reiner going to try to respond with that pitch inside. Again, if you're Reiner and the Red Wolves, got to keep your composure. Obviously, the defense has made a few errors out there behind you, but you got to stay calm and collected. And that one's going to try to check the runner at second again. So 3-3, 2 runs there in the top of the fourth for Salesianum. Up to 2 hits now are the Sals.
You just can't let that, get to you if you're Conrad. You just got to try to shake it off and bounce back.
This one's high in the air down the
way
right field
down
line
there.
and out of play. And again, up to bat now, obviously, is catcher Luke Swift.
So you just have to, like I said, concentrate, get out of the inning, regroup, go back to work on offense.
But first, they got to get out of the inning.
You do have to get out of the inning.
3-3. Again, runner on second.
And Swift can hit.
And he can. That one just got the outside corner, and that's strike 3. So up ahead at 0-2 was Reiner at that time, and not going to let him get away with one there. So that'll be out number 3. We're heading to the bottom half of the fourth here. We'll stay right here in a 3-3 ball game as Sally's able to add 2 in the top half of the fourth, Mike, but with a little help of that Red Wolf defense.
Yeah, those things happen. It's just not a very crisp inning for Conrad. Who knows, maybe they're having trouble gripping the ball in the cold. Don't want to make excuses, but you never know. You'd have to talk to the players to see what's going on. They thought they had a third out at second base. Maybe that's on their minds. You never know.
That's also a good point. And Campbell with a phenomenal job to get under that tag. Again, we'll have to check out the replay after the game if we can
just
at
from
home.
Like watching it
in real time.
In real time, I thought he got back into second base.
Yeah, and you said that.
Nick thought he was out. So,
yeah,
we're sitting 5 feet from each other.
Up here, yeah.
Thought,
And you said that before they made the call that you thought he was safe, and right as you said it, the umpire made the call as well.
I don't know. We're not there, though. We're
Yeah, I was going to say, well,
So just like that, it's 3-3.
I'm not criticizing the umpires. I'm just saying what I saw with my eyes.
And
I think it was the right call. But
back out on the mound.
I thought he was out. Depends what
So we had
happened.
1-1 up here in the press box in terms of was he out, was he safe, and that's a game we seem to always play whenever we do some games, obviously. And again, some tough calls out there for those umpires in real time, that's for sure.
So new life for the Sals. They get a couple runs with not many hits, with just the one hit.
Yep.
And a chance for them to start over here in the bottom of the fourth as we're moving right along. I probably just jinxed this, but I'm not going anywhere, right? So why not?
It'll be Josh Edelson now. I believe he's the DH.
I think you are correct. That's why I got my scorebook all messed up.
Down and away for ball number 1 to Edelson. Residlo still on the mound for the Sals here. Again, 3-3 game. We're on the bottom of the fourth inning.
I want to say he's hitting for the center fielder.
He is, yep. That is correct. I remember that from earlier. That ball swung and hit
you see
hard down
why.
the left field line, but foul.
Almost into the tarp.
And I'll tell you, having working in minor league baseball for a little while when I was in college, you do not want to ever have to be on the tarp team. That's for sure. That is a job that you don't want.
My daughter worked here for a couple years.
Good. She had to do the tarp?
She did not. I don't think she did the tarp.
Phew. I'll tell you, it's all hands on deck when it's a storm in
had,
minor league baseball.
She had to go out in the field for the promotional stuff.
Yep. Did that as well. That's the best. That's such a great part of minor league baseball. I'm so glad that they saved, a lot of these minor league teams and kept that going around here, and just some rebranding done here and there.
I think her favorite was the cowboy rodeo monkey.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
They still do that?
The monkey rodeo. Yes, I don't know. That was a
it might be politically
favorite.
incorrect now, but she loved the cowboy monkey rodeo.
And that was going to be a walk to get things started as a good eye from Edelson. He'll take first base. And
I think the fireworks, there's just too many people here.
that'll bring up Ryan
It took her a while
Miller.
to get home after the fireworks game.
Yeah,
and
those were
she
the
liked
days.
the dizzy bat drill.
Dizzy bat? Yeah, we did that. Oh, man. I'll tell you, nothing better.
Everybody loves the dizzy bat.
And again, the team used to be the Burlington Royals, now they're the Burlington Sock Puppets. How about that? Some rebranding for some of these teams in the Appalachian League. You have
I just want to know,
Otterbots,
did the Lansing Lugnuts survive?
the King Babies. You got them in the South. I'm telling you, you gotta love minor league baseball. So 0-1 here to Ryan Miller after the walk to get things started in the top of the inning as Edelson sits on first. This one swung on and fouled off out of play, 1-1.
And no fan moving for that one. There he is. He's got it in the front row. 2 strikes on Ryan Miller. Runner on first. Nobody out here at the bottom of the fourth. 3-3 tie from Frawley Stadium. Today on Delaware Live Sports.
And now the 0-2 pitch to Miller. from Residlo. It's down low.
I think that's right where Swift wanted it. He's trying to get in the chase.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good pitch by Deuce.
Reiner, the pitcher, stands on deck for Conrad.
See the wind blowing pretty good out there.
Yeah, it is.
That's got to feel great.
Residlo will step off, take a look over.
I think Nick
at
just went out to
Edelson.
take pictures, didn't he? He's going to be a little chilly out there.
No, he's right there.
Oh, he didn't leave yet. Okay.
I'll tell you.
He's going to take the pictures from here. Is that what he said?
I'll tell you what, on come the gloves. That's what it's all about. You need that. I'm telling you. I'm glad I'm not over there in that area. So 2-2 now, the count to Ryan Miller.
Good pitch.
Swung and a miss and got him for strike number 3. Good pitch low, and the dirt got him to chase was Residlo.
Third strikeout. Fourth strikeout for Deuce. Yeah, I was at the girls' soccer last night, and I told some of the players it felt like the boys' soccer championship weather we usually get in mid-November with the winds blowing across the plains there in Smyrna or Dover, wherever they happen to have the game.
When we did the soccer championship this year in Dover, it wasn't too bad
No,
that
it wasn't.
day.
It was a little warmer than it
Thank
is now.
goodness. Yeah, it's not like when we were doing some of those lacrosse games last year. First pitch swung and hit high in the air to right field.
He's struggling.
Trying to run under it is Campbell.
I think it's a foul ball.
And that is a foul ball.
That
as it
wind
takes a hop over the fence.
That wind just got a hold of that thing. Scherer was under it, and then he wasn't under it.
Oh, my goodness.
Then he was chasing it, praying it wouldn't land fair.
That carried.
And I think it bounced out of the stadium, but it was
did.
way, way over there.
And so 0-1 now.
A lob wedge. It went up there and just never came down.
So it'll be 0-1 to Reiner.
Can't ever get too many golf references.
Edelson remains on first for the Red Wolves. That one inside for a strike, and there's that pitch that we've seen from Residlo so far today where it looks like Mike hit the batter inside and finishes inside the strike zone.
Well, I think the wind blew that back into the strike zone.
So you got to learn to adapt to the wind. 0-2 now to Reiner. We'll see what Residlo draws up here ahead in the count. And he got him down and away for strike number 3. So back-to-back strikeouts, and I believe the 5th of the game for Deuce Residlo, as you mentioned, Mike. And he's looked good here these last few batters.
Both pitchers done well today. Both pitchers have they've been in the strike zone for the most part. Only a grand total of 5 hits today, so.
And that'll bring up first baseman Michael Spadea with Edelson still on first. 2 down now here in the bottom of the 4th. That ball inside for ball 1.
Just a reminder, Game 2 coming up, scheduled for 6:30. Will be William Penn and Friends. Friends be the home team, the Quakers.
Again, trying to rebound from a couple losses are Wilmington Friends, and they've got some talent on that team as that swung and missed. The throw from Swift trying to get Edelson at first, keeping him honest as he'll slide in safely.
What he doesn't want to do is throw that ball into right field. So I might tell Swift, you want to be very judicious about throwing down there to
We
first.
saw what happened with Conrad in that top of the 4th inning.
You don't want to be giving bases away in a 3-3 game.
So here's the 1-1 as Residlo will step off.
And we know it's kind of early. Later, probably in the second game, we'll be able to give you some scores from the afternoon action across the spring sports spectrum. But most of these games are probably at halftime or second half. There's a lot of. It's a Thursday. It's busy. There's a lot going on. There's some cancellations yesterday with the weather.
Now the 1-2 to Spadea. Off-speed pitch is hit high, straight in the
Watch it
air,
blow
out
away,
of
though.
play. It's in foul territory. A nice play, I believe, by Brody Valentine to come make the catch near the Conrad dugout. So that'll do it for the 4th inning. We're heading to the top of the 5th. Sally's puts up 2 in the 4th. We're all tied at 3 right here on Delaware Live Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sothel Concepts. Sothel Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group with 12 locations in beautiful coastal Delaware. Come check us out. At Sothel Concepts, we believe in cooking beautiful, simple food, developing the people we work with, and making the world a better place. Come visit us this fall for our great off-season specials, like half-price entree night and crab cake night. With 12 locations on the culinary coast from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island, we have something for everyone. See you soon.
Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I am a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been. So call 302-563-5599 or visit bryans.loans.com when you are ready to get started on your road to homeownership. Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I am a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit.
And welcome back live inside Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Mike Lang, Jason Winchell. Pop's moved into the camera window. Nick Halliday has moved out to the field to snap some pictures, and we are underway here in the 5th inning. First pitch from Reiner is up and inside for ball number 1 to Brian Lang, leadoff hitter, who'll be leading off this inning.
Well, hold on there. Let me get ready here, bro, because he almost took one over the head on that one, but he's not afraid.
Tell you, these batters don't flinch for them. I'm like,
Lang 0 for 2, got on base on an error, and he grounded out. He scored Salesianum's first run of the afternoon. He'll be followed by Brody Valentine and Deuce Residlo. As Nick mentioned, we are in the 5th. Takes a strike, and it's 2-1. He tends to run some deep counts, and he got into a 2-0 count, which is a good hitter's count. Let's see what Reiner gives him here. Looks like a little off-speed pitch. Lang misses. It's 2-2.
Yeah, that was a good pitch down and away. But again, 2-2, still alive here.
See, Nick Halliday has reached the field. That one got his uniform.
Got a piece of him.
That's the second game in a row where Brian's uniform has been hit. But he's on base.
And Mike, we'll say it again.
So it's your job of Joel Lang washing that uniform.
I can guarantee you it's not Joel Lang washing that uniform.
No, it is. It's not Kristen.
It's not Kristen?
No.
My brother's doing laundry.
He does Brian's laundry all the time.
I think Brian should do his own laundry. He'll be in college in 6 months.
So that'll bring up Brody Valentine as Lang on first. Again, those Sally's guys, they don't get out of the way. That pitch is coming inside. They're going to take it and get on base. And that's what they've done here today. Lang does it there. And now 1-0 to Brody Valentine, the lefty. And nobody down here in the top half of the 5th.
See if he can get a good jump over there. He might be able to take off. They've managed to steal a couple bases today. They do have a little bit of speed on the bases.
Yeah, led me right into it. Somebody to watch out for if you're the Red Bulls. He's got some speed. Valentine going to show bunt up and away.
Missed on that one. Another hitter's count here, 2-0. So you can go hit and run here. You can. Conrad's still expecting a bunt possibly.
So 2-0 now to Valentine. Once again, he'll show bunt. Here's the pitch. Outside corner for a strike, so 2-1 now. As Reiner able to get that one in the strike zone. And again, we don't have the official pitch count here up in the press
5th inning,
box.
he's got to be, I would say, in the 80s.
He's got to be, I was going to say he's got to be upper 80s maybe. He threw a lot of pitches in that first inning.
He did motor through second and third.
And then spout out to Jason. I believe there's somebody warming up in the bullpen, as he said.
Yeah, the bullpen's
down
now
there for
enclosed
Conrad.
in right field. Used to be on the right field line.
Absolutely, yep. So Conrad going to get somebody working up there.
Every year I come down here, the roads are different coming in here.
It is.
It's always different.
I didn't know that. That access road like to come straight through.
And ball 4.
Reiner didn't like that when he's asking the umpire about where that ball was, but either way, ball number 4. And now 2 men on with nobody out for Deuce Residlo, the pitcher.
Might be it.
And we'll see what Coach Kelly Wilson does here. And if you're Residlo, a chance to help yourself out again on the mound with 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position, nobody down.
Yeah, I tried to leave the other night. I thought I tried to get through Beach Street. It looked like it was closed, so I ended up having to go
all the way around.
It's a mess. The normal on-ramp for 95 is now an off-ramp for 95, so it's a little different.
Yeah, I think that's the way I came in.
Good luck with that. Nick learned his lesson.
I'll remind all our listeners and viewers here right now, do not take I-95.
To get here?
I don't care where you're going, just don't take it.
Don't take it.
Too much
If you're going around the city, 495 is the way to go.
If it has 95 in it, I don't want to hear about it.
No. Even 495?
Even 495.
295?
I don't understand why they didn't do it while there was a pandemic going on and nobody was on the road.
So Reiner just gets a quick talking to from Coach Kelly Wilson there and check the runner at second there as he'll step off the mound and get set to go back to work here again. First pitch upcoming to Deuce Residlo, 2 men on it, nobody out.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the sacrifice bunt, but this would be a great place to use it. And you see Residlo squaring way upstairs, though.
Yeah, up high as you saw Perron charge from third, and that's going to be ball 1. 1-0 to get the count started to Residlo.
I don't like giving outs away, and especially in a short 7-inning game. But there are times when it works, and you have your 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up. If you're going to do it, this is the time I would do it. Residlo did square.
We'll see what he does here. 1-0 the count. Reiner still on the mound for the Red Wolves. He's going to throw back to second. He does like to check those runners. Again, it didn't work out in his favor an inning ago, and we had 2 passed balls and scored a few runs to tie this ball game up, but Reiner is still going to keep those runners in check.
How quick do you think Nick is down there on the third baseline? He has to get out of the way.
With the camera?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, he was a good ball player back in his day.
He was. He might snag it.
He might. He doesn't need no glove.
1-0 the count now to Residlo, the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. So 1-1 evens things up.
So most of the Souths today wearing the most players from both teams wearing the long sleeves today.
Oh, yeah. And if you didn't, you should have.
Yeah, they'll be paying for it.
Showing bunt again is Residlo. He takes it in for a strike again. So Reiner gets up ahead in the count here, 1-2. Again, nobody out and 2 men on for the Sows here in the top half of the 5th inning. Tied up at 3. Sows looking to get the lead back. The first lead they had since the top of the 1st inning when they led 1-0.
Yeah, Residlo grounded out to third base, by the way. His last time up, he's 0 for 2. So he would tell you he's due.
That's true. There you go. We'll see. 1-2 the count. Reiner will check the runner at second and fires. Fouled off down the right field line and into the stands. Right, heading up to Chicky and Pete's.
We keep saying that. It just makes us hungry.
I know, you're right. And you listen, you're driving up here, listening on the radio, they are open up in Philly.
Not here.
No, but not here at
Well,
Frawley
that whole
Stadium.
first base side of the stadium is closed right now.
Yeah, no concessions, I believe, here today.
They're not open, no. It's a crying shame, actually.
Yeah, especially on doubleheader days, you know.
Yeah.
So 1-2 the count now, 2 men on. The pitch from Reiner. Swung on, driven high into left field. Settling under it is Zerba, and he'll make the catch and make the throw to third. So 1 down here now in the top of the 5th inning.
1 big out.
2 runners remain on, and that will bring up number 10, John Dunyan, the ever so dangerous shortstop from Salesianum.
Not often you see shortstops batting cleanup, but he is their cleanup hitter. I guess Lorenzo Carrier. Well, he doesn't play shortstop. He's playing outfield.
He's playing outfield. Here's the first pitch to Dunyan up high for ball number 1.
I think it's a good thing that was up because that was hanging just a little bit. And if it was down 6 inches or so, Dunyan may have been able to take it for a ride.
See the wind working itself a little bit here from left to right as we see it. As Dunyan will step out of the box here, 1-0 the count. And the pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1.
Inside corner. Not much Dunyan could do with that one.
So again, I believe I said Mike Lang at second. Bryant Lang at second base.
It's been a few years, but I'll do it.
Brody Valentine at first. 1-1 the count with 1 down here in the top of the 5th. That one inside.
No, I missed him. How did I miss him?
And that's the first time we've seen a Sally's batter get out of the way of an inside pitch, as Dunyan didn't want a piece of that one. We've seen a few hit balls or Sally's stand their ground on their side of the plate. So here's the 2-1. High eye level again as Reiner likes to throw those pitches. Fouled off back behind, and just like that, we're evened up at 2-2. Again, thanks for joining us here. Doubleheader Thursday on Delaware Live Sports. This is our front half. Conrad and Sally's, and it's been a good one. 3-3, the 2-2 pitch. Might have got him on that one if he's going to check him.
The umpire's at shortstop, so there's going to be no appeal.
And I believe they called it strike three. So strike three on the Dunyan check swing. And a big out for the Conrad Red Wolves and pitcher Tyler Reiner. And now you've got 2 men on and now 2 down. And that'll bring up Zarnecki.
7th strikeout on the day for Tyler Reiner. And it's in a pretty big spot.
And a big first pitch there inside corner for strike number 1. Again, Reiner's pitched a good game here today, Mike, for sure. A couple errors in the field hurt him in that Conrad Red Wolves a little bit earlier in this ball game. It's still only 3-3, but pretty good game for Tyler Reiner.
Good pitch.
So just like that, 0-2, Reiner trying to get out of this inning without any damage after having 2 runners on, nobody down.
Sal's need to be swinging here. Can't be too picky.
Here's the 0-2 from Reiner. Swung on and foul tipped in and out of the glove of Walmsley, who a little was upset with himself. It seems thought he wanted to catch
Walmsley
it, but
thinking he should have caught
that would have been a tough one.
It's not an easy play.
No, it's not. Still 0-2 now for Zarnecki. Reiner to head the count. I mean, I won't assume this would be his last inning. He may have a few pitches, but it could be.
Could be.
As they were warming up somebody in the bullpen. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and driven into shallow right field. Is that going to get down? And it's out of play, foul down the right field line. And looked like for a moment that had a chance to get down.
Yeah, just kind of a no man's land there. But it landed with the wind. It landed well, foul. But for a while there, it looked like it was going to be fair.
Yeah. I'll tell you, right, that wind is just blowing here at Frawley Stadium. And, again, that sun's starting to shade the stands, or losing sunlight is the stands and the fans here.
It's got to feel great out there.
So 0-2, big moment of the game for Reiner and the Red Wolves. Sally's 2 men on, swung on and hit.
That's a tough play.
And the routine play at Coleman throws the third to get the force out, and that will end the inning. Or top half of the inning, excuse me. Fielder's choice. As Reiner able to escape with 2 men on and nobody out. He's able to retire 3 straight batters, so 2 men left on for the Sals as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, all tied up at 3.
Well, that didn't go as planned for Salesianum there with the first 2 runners on base. They weren't able to even advance them another base, which is disappointing for the Sals. But, hey, give the credit where it's due. Tyler Reiner really pitched around those batters. Didn't give him anything to hit. They were trying to bunt. He wasn't giving anything to really lay down and bunt. Picked up a big strikeout. And then his defense helped him out there at the end because that was not going to be an out of first base on that play.
That's a good point. And, obviously they make plays like that all the time, or the Red Wolves, but in that last half inning, plays like that were going unanswered on the defensive end. They had a few errors on ground balls to shortstop and third base, so able to get out of that one there with the force out at third. And now the Red Wolves going to shift their focus to the plate here, as it'll be number 10, Tyler Perron, the very dangerous player for the Red Wolves who will lead off this inning.
Yeah, they're at the top of the order. Perron is 2 for 2. He scored 2 runs today. And Coleman is 1 for 2, and he scored the other run. So the production has come from that part of the lineup. Mm-hmm. The RBIs have been from the 3 and 4 hitter, and the other one scored on a wild pitch. So the part of the lineup that's done the damage for Conrad is who Rizzo's going to see in this inning. So he's got to figure out a way to get Perron out. He's been a leadoff batter. This is his 3rd time leading off today, and he's been on base the other 2 times as a leadoff hitter on singles.
So here we go, the start of the bottom half of the 5th inning. 3-3 here at Frawley between Conrad and Sally's. First pitch swung on and hit into left field for a single for Perron, and he continues his great day here today.
3 for 3 for Tyler Perron. And now the Sals have something to worry about because this guy can steal bases.
Swift has had a couple nice throws on runners trying to advance, not necessarily getting them out, but the tags been some of the issue there in this one. But Swift, I'm sure, will be keeping his eye on Perron. That'll bring up Jeremy Coleman, the shortstop, with nobody out. He shows bunt, going to pull back and swing, and now Swift going to try to throw down to first to Perron. He'll slide in safely, but a swing and a miss there for Coleman on that pitch as he showed bunt, pulled back, and then took strike number one.
Yeah, we mentioned Luke Swift never afraid to throw down to first base. Everything okay?
Always is, always is. So here's the pitch outside. They're going to send him. The throw from Swift could not have been better. And what a throw from Swift from behind the plate on the money for the out.
Dunn was standing there waiting for him.
He might have throw that from his knees. Did he throw that from his knees?
I'm not sure. I'm surprised at how early the ball got there.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. The composure from Swift behind the plate just took the pitch and then routinely threw him out at second. And a big out for the Sal's. That takes Perron, the leadoff hitter, off the base path, who has extra speed. And now an out with nobody on. A big swing of events here as Swift with a big play behind the plate.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and rewatch exactly. There's going to be a single for...
Almost dove on and caught by James in left field. I was going to say, hold your horses, Mike, on the single. But that's going to be down and in there for a hit. And now I believe a little shaken up as James out in left field.
And he may have landed on the ball. That was a great attempt by Ryan James that he somehow almost got to. So that caught stealing looms large here for the first out of the inning, and the batter is going to be Jack Zerba, the left fielder.
Yeah, big play there, but after the hit to left, now one down with Coleman on first. The first pitch now to Zerba, down and away for ball number one.
Good job by Swift. He had to dart to his right to keep that from getting behind him.
And he's been playing a fantastic catcher.
He does not come out. He plays.
Yeah, not that I've seen.
I've not seen a backup catcher in this year.
That one, good pitch, swung and fouled out back behind the plate and out of play. So 1-1.
Right over us.
Right over us.
Right over us. So 1-1 count on Jack Zerba.
Again, bottom of the fifth inning now, 3-3. As Residlo will step off. Was checking Coleman at first.
It worked. Coleman dove back into first base.
And he steps right back on and immediately fires that pitch inside. So I believe now 2-1 to Jack Zerba. And the pitch from Residlo. Swung on and hit. And that's going to be a single into right field. Good call as Coleman going to round second, head for third. And now runners on the corners with one down here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Good piece of hitting and running that time by Coleman and Jack Zerba.
That's how the Abner Doubleday drew it up in the, not the rules of baseball, but whatever he was drawing up, that was it. That was a perfect hit and run. Took the second baseman just 2 steps towards second. He had no chance to get that. And I think he wouldn't have gotten it if he was positioned regularly. It was hit too hard to right field. But first hit of the day for Zerba. Here's the guy with a hit today, Braden Shearer, who has the triple and has also been hit by a pitch. Sal's have some action starting to brew down there in the left field bullpen. Here comes Coach Wilson. We may have a pinch hitter. Number 6 is bad. And this is Shearer.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Pinch runner?
Yeah, it looks as if so. So it's going to be a pinch runner here.
Nick has to go try to find out the number. 32 it looked like, but I'm not positive. So we do have a runner. It's maybe a pinch runner, not a courtesy runner. It's not the pitcher or catcher.
No. I believe he's on for Zerba. And we'll see if they decide to send him.
We'll get it at some point.
So Coach Gombrey going to have a word with Swift behind the plate and kind of figure out what to do with that runner on first base.
Looks like a left-hander warming up. That might be Aiden O'Brien out there in the dugout, one of the lefties for the South, because the other lefty's playing first base.
So here's Braden Shearer. He had a triple like you mentioned earlier. Runners on the corners. He's going to take off. Swift not going to throw it, the fake throw, and in safely with the stolen base is our pinch runner.
turn around.
He almost did there.
We almost got him.
So Mike, second and third, one down
Yeah,
for
here
the
comes
cleanup hitter Braden Scher, and now they're going to have a word to talk with Residlo. We'll have a pause in activity, but we'll stay right here. So Mike, second and third, one out for Scher, the cleanup hitter for Conrad. We'll see. It looks like there might probably will leave Residlo out there.
I don't think that the pitcher's anywhere near warmed up. Although we've seen them bring fielders in to pitch, and they get the 8-pitch warm up, and that's it. But they've been throwing in throughout the game, so they're a little bit more warmed up. Just a reminder: our second game tonight is Wilmington Friends and William Penn. It should be. I think that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that should be a go. I mean, on paper, it's a great one. So, again, that'll hopefully follow this one at Frawley between Sally's and Conrad. So, again, doubleheader here on Delaware Live Sports.
I think
Conrad
your play-by-play and analysts are sitting right here.
Yeah, you're looking at them.
This is it.
This is it.
You got us, sorry.
You got the luxury.
Hey, so they walked Scher intentionally.
Yeah, not a bad move if you're the Sals, but now you got to deal with Brett Walmsley, the catcher, with the bases loaded and one down. We'll see.
The Conrad players, they're ready to watch to see this get blown open.
Big bottom half of the fifth inning and big pitches upcoming for Residlo. Here's the first one. It's swung on and driven into right field. Campbell may not have to move much. He'll make the catch, and now here comes the tag. The throw to home is going to be a little bit short, and that'll be a sacrifice fly and a RBI for Walmsley is coming around and scoring, I believe, was Jeremy Coleman.
Makes it 4-3.
So that'll give Conrad the lead, Mike, as you just talked about.
And your batter's Edelson, right? Josh Edelson. He's got a runner in scoring position at third base as our pinch runner advanced while we weren't looking, and they did manage to keep Scher at first base.
So they're on the corners, 2 down now for Edelson. He was going to show bunt.
Well, Scher stopped. I think he might be thinking about maybe doing the rundown thing, but
you try to get that runner from the third to score. Either way, he's safely in at second.
Like it's Claymont Little League, and
just keep going until he scores.
Just stand there and make him play on you.
So now second and third, 1-0 the count to Josh Edelson. Conrad with a newly formed 4-3 lead over Salesianum. Again, Conrad is your home team today. Sally is your visiting team, and Sally's 4-2. Conrad 4-3, but both of these teams' losses, all of these losses in both these teams have been against great programs. As that one's behind the backstop, they're going to send the runner from third. He's going to be in safely, and he will score. And now we'll get a look at who it was.
32.
And that was 32. Solomon Abdullah, the junior infielder, gets as the pinch runner on first. Next thing you know, he's around the bases and crosses the plate for another run. 5-3 on the wild pitch. Conrad, they take a 2-run lead.
Well, it took us a while to find out it was Abdullah, but he gets the mention because he comes home with the wild pitch. And also going to third base is Braden Scher, so another runner 90 feet away.
Here's the 1-1 to Edelson. Misses outside, 2-1.
So now Sal's, they fought back in a 2-run hole.
And Residlo will step off.
Sal's have 2 innings to get back into this one. Conrad looking to widen that gap. Had
another pitch. I was coming right for us, Mike.
That one. He was ready.
That one inside. Residlo does a good job of hitting that inside corner.
You tell me he wouldn't have caught that? Look at him. He's ready.
Oh, he would have caught it.
He's got the shades on and everything. We're inside. He's got shades on.
He would have made it look all cool.
That's an element. That's just a whole nother level of cool.
That would have been a top play.
And I believe that would inside for 3-2.
Yeah, I think Edelson was trying to sell the hit by pitch.
And the catcher was selling the strike.
Yeah. Tried to frame that one.
And umpire, whatever they're selling, he was not buying.
So now the full count pitch, 3-2. Swung on and got him. Strike 3 for Residlo, so he ends the inning with a strikeout, but not before 2 runs cross the plate for the Red Wolves. They leave one stranded. We're heading to the top of the 6th. 5-3. Conrad regains the lead.
French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality. High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue, from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality. High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings.
And welcome back live inside Delaware Live Sports, powered by 302. Nick Alessandrini, joined by my partner Mike Lang. Nick Halliday fresh into the press box once again. Jason Winchell, our producer. And fellas, a fantastic matchup here from Frawley Stadium. Our first half of a doubleheader, which includes Salesianum and Conrad. And 3-3 heading into the bottom half of the 5th. Conrad, they add 2 more, and they're looking at a 5-3 lead now as we head to the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher Reiner will be out of the ballgame. We'll get our first look at number 11, the junior Joseph Malinowski, as he'll take over the right-hander on the mound.
There's a big crowd out there in the concourse trying to get out of the wind.
I'll tell you.
Oh, man. So
baseball could start in May and end in September.
Yeah, I think
August.
I'd be okay with that. All right,
there's
so
the 2-0 count. As again, Malinowski will take over. Mike on the mound, and 2-1 for Conor Campbell.
Well, hey, I would take the 5 innings from Reiner. As we mentioned, threw a lot of pitches early, really settled down, kind of was betrayed by some defense, including his own error. I mean, there was a couple of them there.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
But I'll take the 5 innings, 3 runs, only 2 hits for Salesianum. Great job today by Tyler Reiner.
That's a very good point. Great game from number 13 on the mound, and that one low and away did not go as Campbell. So just like that, to kick off the top of the 6th, we've got a full count.
And obviously, we're not keeping the pitch count up here, but I imagine he's somewhere around 90.
Yeah, he would have maybe even 90, upper 90s.
90 to 100 somewhere.
Yeah, I would agree. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, foul down the left.
Nick would have had that one because he was standing right there.
That's true. That was heading right to Nick Halliday if he happened to be in the same spot he was before. But I'm sure he's happy to be back up here in the press box. And again, not too happy because he is in that windowless room with the camera, so he's getting hit with the cold wind here and no sun. He said the benefit of being outside was at least the sun. The 3-2 count swung on and tipped back behind the plate. Staying alive is Conor Campbell.
Yeah, it's a little nippy out, but I keep telling myself it's getting warmer. You know what's going to happen? We're going to be doing the state tournament games in all different sports, and it's going to be 90 degrees out.
And
everybody's going to be like, oh, my God, it's so hot.
I'll take
the heat.
Yep, I'll take it. That one hit hard, and that's going to be through. No, Coleman stops it. The throw would have to be perfect, and it's a little bit off the mark.
We're giving him a base hit on that one.
Yeah, so an infield single for Conor Campbell. I was already ready to say into left field, but Coleman stopped me on the diving play. Great stop.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But not enough time to make that throw.
A second hit today for Conor Campbell. And has either one left the infield?
I don't know.
But that's only a heartless scorekeeper would not give him a hit. That's definitely a hit. And now you got your speed on the bases, Nick. That's an important piece of this is Campbell. You got somebody with some wheels out there. And Ben Venema, who's a decent hitter, is up.
And again, a runner on with nobody out. That bunt tries to get down, and he actually lays it down well.
Died in the grass.
And now that'll advance the runner. So it looked maybe like it'd be a foul tip-off contact. Stays in play, and he does what he wanted to, and that's going to advance the runner.
Yeah, I think Spadea picked that up, and 3-4 on the put-out. A good job by him. That ball landed and never moved. It kind of plugged there, and Normally you see that would spin out of bounds.
Yeah, I agree. I did not think it was going to do that. So that advances the runner to second base.
Yeah, this is Ryan James.
So now we'll get a shot. Is Ryan James? He'll step into the batter's box, the runner in scoring position, and 1 out. And he'll take that one low for ball number 1.
James is 1 for 2, but he's been on base. 1 for 1. He's been on base twice. He reached on a walk and an error.
Walmsley going to go out to the mound, have a word with Malinowski, calm him down a little bit here. Again, this is Malinowski's first inning, just entered the ball game for Tyler Reiner.
They should have closed the roof on this place today.
Like I said, you got that pretty construction view up ahead.
Yeah. It's picturesque.
Here's the 1-0 count, or the 1-0 pitch.
If you like that shade of orange.
To James up high for ball 2, so 2-0. Quickly ahead is number 8, Ryan James.
Well, Nick, on the 95 thing, this side should be done in, about a year, and then they're going to shut the other side down. So.
Oh, man, I'm having nightmares.
Yeah,
about the construction on 95. Here's the 2-0.
Not fun.
High and inside, so 3 straight balls and now a 3-0 count for James with a runner on second and 1 down. We'll see if he takes this one or has the green light.
I know most of the routes around Wilmington. I've lived here my entire life, but I'm getting used to finding alternate routes.
Here's the 3-0, same spot as the previous pitch for ball number 4. So 2 men on, 1 down for Sallies, who just gave up 2 in the top half. Or excuse me, the bottom half of the 5th, and now they're looking to answer here in the top half of the 6th. And like 2 men on and 1 down.
Yeah, I'm saying alternate route to getting on the first base with the walk, but he's already done that today. And Swift is due. He struck out twice today, and he does not want to take the 3rd K here.
Oh no,
the guy can hit. It's just he had those curveballs were just really causing him some issues.
And he's been great behind the plate for the Sows, that's for sure.
There's another curveball.
As that's in for strike number 1. So 0-1 to get things started against number 35, Luke Swift.
He can really drive the ball. He's got some pop.
Swift with a huge throw out on Perron in the last inning. Conrad still able to score 2. And now he'll try to help out Sallies here. The pitch swung on, driven softly to second base, fielded trying to turn 2, and Conrad able to do so. Right there is, I believe it was Miller to Coleman to Spadea.
Yeah, 4-6-3.
4-6-3 double play.
Pitcher's best friend.
And that will halt the Sallies. A little bit of momentum they had there in the top half of the 6th. So Malinowski comes on. He gets the job done, Mike. And the Conrad's still looking at a 5-3 lead as we head to bottom 6.
Yeah, well, that was a great play. That was not a very hard hit ball. And the Red Wolves did a great job there. Was that Ryan Miller at second base did a good job turning that quickly. And then the shortstop, Jeremy Coleman, is able to get it out quickly, and they got Swift by a couple steps down there at first base. And give credit to the Red Wolves. They dug a little bit of a hole, but they got right out of it.
And Residlo, he will start this inning for the Sows here in the bottom half of the 6th.
Yeah, they have, I believe that's O'Brien. He's got to be ready to go down there.
Yeah, he's been out there for a while. They'll probably look to bring him in this inning. Again, we're not sure of the pitch count for Residlo, but maybe he has a batter or 2 left with the amount of pitches he has, and maybe we'll have to see Aiden O'Brien here in a little bit.
Yeah,
but
he's allowed to finish a batter if he goes to that limit, but we're not keeping track of the pitches.
So we'll see how many batters or maybe the inning we get out of Residlo here in the bottom half of the 6th. But to get things started for Conrad will be, I believe, number 14.
It's going to be Ryan
Miller. Yep, so that is correct. We are on track here at Frawley. It's 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time, almost 2 hours into this one. And
Anthony Russo, pinch hitter, is waiting on deck to bat in Reiner's spot.
So here we go, bottom half of the 6th action. Conrad and Salesianum here at Frawley. Conrad leaves 5-3. The first pitch from Residlo is swung and missed by Miller for strike number 1.
Yeah, Venema was up in the cutout there at third base. He's taking a few steps back now after that full swing by Miller.
Miller going to hit this one opposite field into left for a single. That's going to be trouble. He may be thinking 2, and he is going to go 2. This one rolls all the way to the tarp. The throw just a little bit off the mark, a little bit late, and Miller in there slides in safely for a double.
Punched it over the drawn-in third baseman. Didn't have a whole lot on it, and it just kind of curled down there by the tarp, and it's a double with the speed that Ryan Miller has. inside out of that one and went to the right spot.
So now runner in scoring position at second base. Nobody out here
And I
in the
think
bottom
this
of the
is-
sixth. And
He's just positioning his outfielders. The pinch hitter is going to be number 27, Anthony Russo.
our first look at him today, first at bat, the junior lefty for the Red Wolves. And again, the Red Wolf is here. We've seen him. He's running around.
He's probably trying to keep warm.
He's trying to keep warm. He's warm in there, yeah.
He's probably the warmest man. Hey, Rob's the warmest one around.
And so here's the first pitch. Swung on and to
Uh-oh.
first base. As you saw Valentine come up on the bunt attempt,
Yeah,
he's
good-
able to recover, and
Good job
Sally's
by
able to get
Valentine
the out.
back there. As he's running up, and the ball went right by him. Like, oh, hold on a second. We may have some trouble here. We have-
Oh,
so he's going to be safe at first. It's going to be E2 is the call.
how about that one? Yeah, Mike. So explain that one a little bit for our
All right, so
audience.
catcher's interference. He swings and hits the glove. It's an error on the catcher. Dead ball. The runner cannot advance. So erase the 4-3 put out. I'm glad I didn't put it in my book. And it's going to be first and second with nobody out. But that is an error on the catcher.
So that'll bring up first baseman Michael Spadea.
But more importantly,
nobody out.
Sally's not worried about the scoring. They got 2 runners on and nobody out, and they need some outs here. As we get an explanation for that, looks like Sally's making another pinch runner.
Yeah, so coming on to run, it
Wesley
will be
Ma.
the junior. Yeah, you said it. Wesley Ma, number 17.
He's pinch running for the pinch hitter.
And that was Russo. So now it'll bring up Michael Spadea. 2 men on, nobody out, and a 5-3 lead for Conrad in the bottom of the 6th inning.
We can go.
Rizidlo still on the mound.
Go an entire season without seeing catcher's interference.
That's true. He'll show
You can
bunt.
see-
Here comes Valentine. This time he'll lay it down.
That's the play at third. If he gets hurried,
And he got him. So gets the force out. Nice heads-up play by Brody Valentine.
Yeah, he was about 10 feet away from the batter. That could have really done some dental damage there.
That's true. It looks like they were on a collision course. Valentine was charging up the
He had to
first baseline.
stop. He would have been in the batter's box if he hadn't gone. That goes to the fielder's choice, by the way. And we'll score it 3-5 on the put out at third base. And that's a big out, and they got the runner they really wanted there, Nick, the lead runner.
Well, they got 2 men on, 1 down, and now it's Tyler Perron season. I believe he's 3 for 3 or 2 for 2. Well, the chance to add on here as
we'll
that
get
pitch
you-
is in there for
We'll
a
get him in a
strike.
second. Tyler Perron has been on base all 3 times, 3 singles.
How about that? And again, he's the top of the lineup. Once again for Conrad with the 5-3 lead, 2 men on, 1 out. The pitch from Rizidlo driven into left field.
It's
It
hit
looks like
number
it's going to
4.
get down again. Hit number 4 for Perron. They're going
gonna
to send him
him.
around third.
I'm a little
The throw
surprised they
from left
sent him.
field is on the money. And he didn't hit him, and he's safe!
Oh!
Tyler Perron leaps over Luke Swift, dodges the tag, and then able to get to home plate for the run. What a play, a show of athleticism that time as he rounded third and able to score.
Runners advance on the throw, just for some housekeeping there, but that is a great job by Wesley Ma.
Wesley Ma. So there it is. That was the pinch runner.
He was the pinch runner for the pinch hitter.
Must have missed him or he'd be over there yelling.
And wow, what a play. Able to avoid the tag, leap over Luke
I was
Swift.
surprised they sent him, but that was not hit very deep, and it was a good throw.
It was a perfect throw.
That's
Perfect
not
throw.
Zarnecki
I believe
today.
it was
It's,
James out in
Ryan
left
James,
field.
he's a pitcher, so he's got the arm.
Yeah, perfect throw was on the money, but what a play to evade the tag at home by Mon. And Wesley Ma, the junior, with a big play.
Yeah, my scorebook's messed up because I put the wrong runner scoring, but it's 6-3. That's just one run so far. But Conrad's knocking on the door here. 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. Pitch just outside.
Yeah, 1-1, and I'll tell you, very impressive at the plate as Tyler Perron been today, 4 for 4.
We might have to throw that into the top play candidates there.
Yeah, and
Avoiding the tag.
that
We don't get
for
too many
sure.
avoiding the tag plays
Yeah.
in their top plays.
good pitch that time by Rizidlo, swinging a miss, 1-2. Now to Jeremy Coleman, the shortstop, who now steps into the batter's box again. You said it, Mike, 2 men in scoring position, and a 6-3 lead for Conrad here in a home game at Frawley Stadium.
Yeah, and all the infielders up. Obviously, you need to cut off a run if possible. That's a ball. 2-2.
Tyler Perron, I believe, has he singled all 4 times to left field?
No, I think one went to right field.
Because every time I remember the last 2 or 3 at bats, he had some nice shots to left.
Yeah, he's been hitting today.
That one up and in on Coleman, and now we've got a full count.
And he has a nice play out there at third base, running across the diamond earlier in the game on Rosillo to throw him out.
Spadea at third, Perron at second, 1 down. Coleman at the plate, 6-3 lead for Conrad. The pitch from Rosillo swung on, knocked down to third baseline, but foul.
That was trouble.
Swift going to now take a break, head out and talk
That
it over with Rosillo. So Rosillo's pitch count obviously a little less than what we thought heading into the inning, as he's still throwing a decent amount of pitches here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, I don't know if we had the update from Glenn Fraser while we have a second with through 5 innings in Smyrna in softball. Yep. Sussex Tech 2, Smyrna 1. The Ravens through 5. That was a couple of minutes ago, so I'm sure we'll get an update.
Here's the pitch.
Oh, nice pitch.
Outside corner for strike number 3. Rosillo with a big strikeout on Jeremy Coleman there. That gives us 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and now that'll bring up Jack Zerba, the left fielder.
Yeah, Zerba singled the last time and ended up scoring on a wild pitch. He's 1 for 3 today with a ground out run batted in. He can really do some damage here and give them a 5-run lead with a single.
This one swung, popped straight up in the air.
That's in a tough
Might
spot.
be trouble in right field. Coming on to make the play rather easily is Conor Campbell. So that'll do it for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Conrad able to add an insurance run. They lead 6-3 as we head to the top of the 7th. We'll be right back here on Delaware Live Sports.
We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job. Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job. Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry.
And welcome back live inside Delaware Live Sports, powered by 302. Nick Alessandrini, joined by my broadcast partner Mike Lang, producer Jason Winchell, and Nick Halliday on the camera here for this one, the front half of a doubleheader between Sally's and Conrad. And coming up next will be William Penn and Friends. First pitch scheduled for about an hour from now at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. But we've got some ball game left in front of us here. Conrad looking at a 6-3 lead as they're looking to close out Salesianum here in the top half of the 7th. And on to pitch will be the closer for the Red Wolves, Logan Myers, the senior. And here's his first pitch. Out a little bit outside for ball number 1. And leading off the inning for the for Sally's is?
Must be Brian Lang. How about that? He's leading off for the 4th time today, which that rarely happens. But he takes strike 2. This is 1-1. This is a hard-throwing young man right here, this Logan Myers.
And if you're Sally's, obviously you want this man to lead off for the inning that you need hits in. We'll see what they do.
Outside, he overthrew that one just a little bit. Looks like he's He's ready to get it up there at 90 miles an hour.
And our first look at Logan Myers, first time entering the ball game here, the senior righty.
Whew. I think he's going to get a swing on that one. That's a strike call. He's
That one had
bailing out away there.
Had some pressure, had some velocity on it.
He
That's the
probably
first
saw
time
his-
we've seen Brian Lang move out of the a little bit out of the batter's
I think he
box.
saw his life flashing before his eyes. Another one in the dirt. I think he's overthrowing just a little bit. Smyrna is batting in the bottom of the 7th, trailing Tech 2-1 in softball. Thanks, Glenn Frazier.
Softball update.
Here's the 3-2 in the dirt. Lang walks, and that's what you need. You need runners.
Good at bat there for leadoff hitter Brian Lang, and
On
we talked
base.
about him like at top of the broadcast. All he does is get on base,
Third time today he's been on base.
and that's what they needed.
On base percentage going up.
So Lang will be at first. That'll bring up lefty and second hitter Brody Valentine here. None down in the top of the 7th inning as Logan Myers will look to settle in for Conrad as he tries to close this one out.
Yeah, Valentine 1 for 2 today with a walk and a single, one of the 3 Sal's hits today. A great job today by Reiner. And who came in? Malinowski. Joseph Malinowski came in, and now we'll see how Logan Myers does. Closing things out. He's the fireman, as they used to call him. I think they should bring that back. The fireman of the year award. They went to appeal, but the umpire's not there.
Again, second time they've looked for that. They did call it a strike, though, so 1-1. And what we saw out of Myers in warm-ups, he has that velocity, but he was off the mark a few times in warm-ups. Ball sailed to the backstop. And again, you don't want to let runners advance here if you're Conrad. That pitch is a beautiful one
outside
for a
corner.
strike. So 1-2 now as Myers ahead in the count in front of Valentine. With none down, again, top of the 7th inning, Sally's needs 3.
Yeah, they have William Penn in the next game, but they still have 3 outs at least here to get through. And then we said Conrad will take on Friends, right? I think the next game.
Absolutely. Opponent swap, as we talked about earlier. 1-2. Myers going to take his time. Now
A little too much time if you're Brody Valentine. He gets himself out of there and resets.
Here's the 1-2. Fired on and got him. Strike number 3. Good pitch by Logan Myers.
Yeah, great job today by the Red Wolves pitching. I think that's 8 strikeouts, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Reiner had 7, right?
Yeah, that was the 8th. Malinowski slacking. Did not have a strikeout, but he
And those
he got
3
the
batters.
He got the double play. Those 4 batters. But, yeah, he got the double play.
So that'll bring up Ryan Residlo, the starting pitcher in this ball game. Again, 6-3 lead. Conrad up by 3 here in the top of the 7th. Brian Lang is the runner on first as Walmsley going to look to the dugout.
Residlo 0 for 3 today. This would be a good place for his first hit of the afternoon.
Here's the 1-0. Inside, but swung on for strike number 1.
If you're watching us today, it's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. It's just on the chilly side. You can see the batter's eye, the tarp's blowing.
That one fouled off, so quickly now 1-2 for Myers as he's pitching again to Residlo. So Residlo now down the count 1-2, 1 down. Again, that runner, Brian Lang on first.
He's itching to get moving out there.
Yeah, may see him go. Here's the pitch. That curveball hung inside, and then that's going to be blooped into right field, and that's going to be down for a hit. Lang will stay at second. Couldn't get a good jump in case the ball happened to be caught.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So he does get into second, so now that's going to be a single
He had to be
for
able
Residlo.
to get back to first base in case that was caught. I was kind of up there for a while.
Yeah, it
and
was.
Just kind of found the outfielders playing a little deep. No doubles defense, and they'll take the single on that play.
So now 2 runners on, 1 down, 6-3 still your score. And that'll bring up John Dunyan, the cleanup hitter and shortstop for Salesianum. Here's the first pitch from Myers, inside and swung and fouled off. And Myers has been throwing some high heat up near the chin, keeping those Sally's batters off the plate.
He's done a great job today. It's the only 4 hits allowed by Red Wolves pitching all day.
Can win a lot of ball games if you pitch like that. And Myers trying to close out this one. The 0-1. Low and in the dirt.
On deck is Zach Zarnecki. Whoa, look out.
That one's fired again behind the head of Dunyan into the backstop. That will allow both runners to advance. So second and third, and Walmsley again wants to chat it over with Myers here. Time is called. So
Seen quite a few pitches today go in that direction.
yeah, that's true. And again, I don't know if that's the opposite side of the wind, right? The opposite way the wind is blowing. And you still see Aiden O'Brien out in the bullpen for Salesianum. I'm hoping to tie things up here in the seventh inning and maybe get Aiden O'Brien out here in the bottom half. If you're the Sal's, Conrad, though, Myers trying to close it out with the tying run at the plate.
And one thing about that wild pitch takes the force off, which is a big advantage for the Sal's here.
Here's the pitch to Dunyan in the dirt again. Walmsley able to get in front of this one, prevent it from going to the backstop.
And we saw them turn a double play in the last inning. You know they can do it. They can play the defense. But now they're going to have to go one out at a time, barring, like a line drive double play or something.
The 3-1. A little bit high, and that'll load the bases now. And that'll bring up Zachary Zarnecki with the tying run on first and the go-ahead run now at the plate with one down here in the top of the seventh inning. And, Mike, while we were in commercial break, I said, Sally's likes to hit when they're down. When they get down, they can put some, that's how I feel like when they're hitting at their best. And, again, now they got the bases loaded with one out and the tying run already at first base.
So, Glenn, what would be Nick, what would be the one thing you probably would not want in this nice cold weather? How about extra innings?
I was going to say take a sip of Pepsi, not a cold drink either.
No, well, the drink is cold. Smyrna ties Tech in softball. They're headed to extras.
That? I'll tell you, while we're on the subject, softball wide open this year. A lot of talented teams that just keep beating each other, it seems like, right? And, tough rankings for those ranking softball. But here we are back at Frawley. Bases now loaded. Tying run at first. Go-ahead run is Zarnecki at the plate. And Logan Myers, the freshly new entered pitcher for Conrad, trying to close this one out in the seventh, finds himself struggling a little bit here. The 0-1 now to Zarnecki. Here's the pitch. Down low. 1-1.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. This Sally's team never really out of it.
And we saw Appo go up a few times in that ball game just to have Sally's answer in the bottom half. And now they're trying to do the same here at Frawley. 1-1. That's going to be swung on, hit the second base, fielded cleanly, trying to turn two to end the game, but he bobbled the ball, and he's going to be safe at second base. Oh, called him out.
Uh-oh, and look, here goes the coach.
And Gottfried is running over 90 miles an hour to have his word with the umpire.
They got to get him away from the umpire.
That's the fastest I've seen a coach move all season.
Well, now, what are they saying? He was tagged out or he was on the base? It was on the transfer?
I'm on the transfer. So they said he got the force out at second. On the transfer, he bobbled the ball in the throw to first is what the call is.
So it's going to be a fielder's choice.
So that's going to be an out at second base.
He'll get the RBI.
He'll get the RBI. You said it. Runners will now be on the corners with two down. And now the tying run will be at first base.
Now we're going to ask the home plate.
Yeah, maybe for a little help.
Yeah, well, so now we're going to pause all of our activity here before we say anything else. We're going to want to clear this up for you.
From our vantage point, it's just tough to see.
And now two Sally's
He's not done.
two Sally's coaches are going to go out and have a word.
Hasn't left second base yet.
Yeah, the runner's still out there. I do not think the umpire's going to change his call. Now the coaches are trying to get him off the field.
Good restraint by the umpire, not throwing
Yeah, he may have been gone if I was the umpire. And here goes the runner, John Dunyan is heading
Don't speak too soon just yet. There's still some time left. But
he's
again,
saying I can see the umpire signaling it's on the transfer.
And again, we do not have instant replay. Feel free.
Right away.
Yeah, it was called right away.
To his credit.
in real time, it's a tough call, a very tough call in real time. So as it stands, it'll be a force out at second. Runners will remain on the corners. It's 6-4 now, and that tying run will still be on first base.
I mean, he did call it right away. I mean,
So now we'll get a chance. It'll be Conor Campbell, tying run at first, but 2 down for Logan Myers and the Conrad Red Wolves.
Yeah, so as Jason mentioned, it was an immediate call by the umpire. He did not waver at all.
And that first pitch to Campbell, down and away for ball number 1.
the guy on first base needs to get down to second.
And again, that tying runner is still on first after that series of events. Here's the 1-0. Low and in the dirt, 2-0. And coming up next for Sally is on deck will be Ryan James, I believe.
It should be Venema.
Or excuse me, Venema.
That would end the game. Batting
So-
out of order.
2-0, that one low in the dirt, same spot. 3-0 now is the count. And maybe you'll think maybe they're pitching around Campbell here and trying to load the bases to force
I think
force out.
Campbell's one of their best hitters. So
Yep.
I think you're right.
So 3-0 now to Campbell. The pitch from Myers,
He
and
just
he
took that
throws
pitch.
that one in there for a strike, so 3-1.
I mean, 3-0, you got to expect him to take at least one pitch.
Runners on the corners. 6-4 ball game. Tying run at first. The 3-1 to Campbell. In there for strike number 2. Back-to-back strikes now
So the runner first will be going this time. with
to
the
give
3-2
this a
count.
full count, Mike, for Myers against Campbell. 3-2. Trying to close this one out for the Red Wolves and earn their 5th win of the season. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off out of play.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to watch that later. I got it on my phone, so I'll be able to go back and Nick just watched it too. So.
It's a bang bang.
Yep.
Bang, bang play. Almost obviously impossible to call in real time.
Could use some bang bang shrimp in here. I like that.
Bang, bang chicken.
Bang bang chicken.
So runners on the corners. 3-2, 2 out the pitch. Down and away in the dirt for ball number 4. So the bases are loaded once again. That tying run moves to second base.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up senior number 9, Benjamin Venema, in a big spot here for the Sows.
It's never a lack of excitement with Salesianum baseball. That's
You're
for
right.
sure.
I've done, 3 or 4 games, and every
all
game
been
has
like
come
this.
down to the wire. I'll tell you, whenever they get down, they seem to find a way to get back in it. And now tying run at second with 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Myers against Venema, as Venema will step out.
They're like Michael Corleone in Godfather 3. Just when they thought they were out,
We just received
They
confirmation
pull him back
from our
in.
replay booth that he was indeed out at second. That pitch on the
Good
corner
pitch.
for a strike. That was a good pitch, Mike, like you mentioned. Just painted that outside corner
yeah,
there.
that's untouchable.
0-1.
You swing at that pitch, that's a weak grounder to first base.
Bases loaded. 0-1 the count to Venema. Swung on, hit to shortstop. Coleman going to field it cleanly, loft to second base, and that will do it. Conrad pick up a big win here at Frawley Stadium, 6-4 over Salesianum.
Well, they did a great job keeping the South silent for several innings there in the middle of the game, and the Sallies just didn't get enough hits, and Conrad did a good job pitching. Picked up, I think, 8 strikeouts on the day. Got the defense when they needed it,
Yes, they did.
even though they were a little shaky at points, but when they needed defense, they got it, and they earned the win today.
Great pitching effort. You mentioned it. Tyler Reiner. He struck out 7, gave up 2 hits, I believe, in the innings he pitched for Conrad. The Red Wolves get a big win here. They advance to 5-3. And Mike, before we proceed here for a doubleheader, who do you think Brian Lone's player of the game today?
I'm going to go with that 4-for-4 guy, Tyler Perron, the third baseman, who was on base all 4 times, scored 2 runs, drove in another one, including a big. It turned out to be a big insurance run there in the 6th inning.
It's true.
And I also like Tyler Reiner. Thought he had a great game too. What do we got? Oh, this is just their lineup.
Well, there you have it. We had a great one, and we're going to have another great one here on Delaware Live Sports. Don't go anywhere. It's doubleheader Thursday. William Penn and Wilmington Friends are coming up at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Delaware Live Sports. So we're going to call it for this one. The Red Wolves from Conrad, they hold on, get a 6-4 victory over Sally's here at Frawley. For Nick Alessandrini, Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, Nick Halliday, and Pops. We'll see you in about an hour for William Penn and Wilmington Friends.